Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the SherbertLand podcast.
Yeah, man. Week 3. We're better than Half-Life. That's an easy one. That's an easy one. I got that one. That one's right on the floor. Easy joke to make. Even though there's technically been 3 Half-Life games, because I think they did Half-Life, then Episode 1, or Episode 2, and then Episode 2 Part 2, I think? I don't know.
I've never played those
Why
games.
am I talking about PC games? That's
Yuck.
so out of my field. So, yeah. Week 3.
Mm-hmm.
So we're kind of changing it up, I feel. We got some new stuff going on.
We're
kind of finding our own way.
yeah, we're
like, for one,
refining it.
Yeah.
You know?
I think we should start now with news.
Yes.
It's a good idea. Because then,
Our opinions on them.
yeah, our opinions on news, and who knows, maybe this will be people's way to get news. I know
Yes.
that's with me with the Best Friend cast. That's where I get all my news from. So,
Okay.
hey, maybe people will get it from us. I mean, mind you, we're pretty selective with what we talk about, but it's pretty dope regardless.
We're still learning.
Yeah, we're still learning. So,
We'll get there.
all right, let's get right into the news. I don't know, some transition. I was like, I don't know. You want to start first with it? We've listed the news and it's on the screen for us to look at, so we're not just pulling it out our butts, thankfully. But the first news was the first thing to come up. It's your domain. Go ahead.
So there's some Overwatch skins. There's a cosmetic update coming on Tuesday, along with the Blizzard World map. Have you seen that?
Oh, yeah, no, Blizzard World looks cool.
It looks amazing.
It looks cool, yeah.
Yeah.
From the little bit I play of Overwatch still, like, there's, like, I still keep up with it, and there's still stuff that I look at and I'm like, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's
like,
cool.
You don't play it.
Not much.
It's like me with Street Fighter. I don't play it, but I
Yeah,
trying to keep up with it.
but you don't own Street Fighter. I own Overwatch.
Not yet.
That's true.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Anyway, for like the past 3 days, they've been revealing like new items in the cosmetic update.
Yeah.
I think they started with the new Pharaoh skin.
Yeah, that one's interesting. The Egyptian kind of pharaoh-looking one.
Yeah.
Pharaoh? I don't know. I tried.
Yeah, it looks alright. I'm not a Pharaoh main by any stretch of the imagination, but it looks alright. And then next, I think it was, it started with the new sprays. On the
Ooh,
wall.
fun.
Yeah, sprays are hype.
Are they?
Yeah,
Do people get hyped for sprays?
I do.
Really?
Yeah, because just new ways to...
You know, in Team Fortress 2, you can just import pictures, right?
Can you?
Yeah, you can just take any picture off your computer and use it for a spray, which leads to many very M-rated situations, but even GIFs.
Really?
Yeah, which leads to, again, many situations where you'll get ready to start playing and there'll just be, pornographic GIFs up on the wall, and it's like, well...
Well, I like these sprays because they, it shows off lore and all that.
Yeah, I guess,
that kind
yeah.
of stuff that you can't really, do on the character models or anything.
Fair enough, yeah, no, that makes sense.
But they were, cutesy sprays of, all the skins of, previous, or, character skins previous.
Okay.
Event skins, and then new ones that got revealed.
Or are yet to be
Or yet to be
revealed.
revealed, the Eagle.
I was gonna say, that's one I saw people on my Facebook were all screaming about.
Yeah, I wonder how it's gonna look like. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be, revealed the day before it goes live.
Yeah.
So after that was the Pharaoh skin, and then after that, I think, it was the new emotes. Have you
Okay.
seen any new emotes?
No.
Sombra has, a puppet of Reaper.
Oh, yeah, I've seen that one.
Yeah,
I've seen
and
that
then
one.
The Genji, he, spins up in the air. I think it was a reference to his, Dragons.
Okay.
It's short.
Okay.
He, did that, anime, or,
Neato.
yeah, and then,
We've all seen Sexy Lucio.
yeah.
That was everywhere. That was everywhere.
Everyone was freaking out about that. One of my friends was like, I'm going to buy that, right away, and all that. And then just today, they revealed some epic skins. You watched that? Did you watch the video?
I just clicked through it. I saw a couple of them.
There's the McCree one,
which
you
is
don't
pretty
like.
lame. It
looks like he has different facial hair.
Yeah, he has different facial hair. He has a few skull motifs on him, but for the most part, I wouldn't call that an epic by any stretch of the imagination.
Well,
it looks more just like a regular skin almost.
It's a step above like regular.
See,
which is epic.
If I wanted, wait, is epic?
It's casual. It's like normal.
Okay,
epic,
right. Okay, no, I was confused.
Rare.
I thought epic was above legendary.
Yeah, blue. It goes blue, purple, and then yellow, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
So these ones are the purple?
Yes.
Okay.
Which are the epic ones, which aren't
okay.
legendary. Legendary are the ones that, like, I'm surprised Reaper's epic isn't a legendary.
Yeah, right. That one looks. Yeah. No. Okay. No.
I love that skin.
That makes a lot more sense then, because I thought these were meant to be the new legendaries, so then when I saw it, I'm like, that's pretty. No. So then that's a good one for him then.
Epics are more like color swaps and like different designs
above, like slightly extra color swaps.
Yes,
yeah. No, that makes sense. Okay, then that's better then.
And then there's like the Junkrat one.
Well, I didn't see that one.
It's like almost like construction.
Okay.
Type Junkrat.
Okay.
And there's one more I can't remember. I think it was. Oh yeah, it was Zenyatta. It's like green slits on his like head.
Neat.
And it's like a green and gray type motif.
Okay. Yeah. Cool.
And that's about it for Overwatch.
So this is just a big cosmetic update. There's no big gameplay changes.
Like everyone was like complaining that like, oh, there's not enough new stuff being put into the base loot box. It's all like event stuff.
Okay. So then this is the big. Okay, this is all the new regular stuff.
Yeah, it's almost like cosmetics 2.0 in Overwatch.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Next
up on the news.
I feel like you. Okay. By the way. We're going to be talking about Metal Gear Survive here.
Oh, boy.
I played it this morning.
You did?
I did.
I was going to say neither of us played the beta.
After we stopped Monster Hunter, I went to like Metal Gear. I'm like, oh, I might as well play this.
So you went from the cream of the crop to the bottom of the barrel, the
Pretty
scum.
much.
Okay, well, let's get to the actual story. Metal Gear Survive is always online and has microtransactions.
But it doesn't stop there.
It's not just regular microtransactions. It's limited time ones that are buffs for a short period of time that you lose.
That's so stupid.
And it's like, it's a literal pay to win. This will make you stronger for an hour if you buy the thing.
It's all PvE though. So.
God.
It's PvE.
But it's so bad.
It is.
Like, what are they doing?
They're like trying to make it as bad as possible so they can just kill it off.
I feel like they're like, yeah, we're gonna. I don't know. I don't even want to. Like, I didn't even like 5 too much.
I did. I was a fan of 5.
But like, this is even sub 5. This is gonna not just be a bad Metal Gear game. This is gonna be a bad game. I can't believe what they're doing. It really feels like Konami went from, we're so scummy, and then, maybe we're not so bad, to, nah, just kidding. We're doubling down on the scum.
Oh, I don't want to talk about this anymore.
Oh, it's gross. Don't buy Metal Gear Survive. Let Metal Gear die a peaceful death. Did you hear about the one cutscene from the beginning?
No.
Do you want to know?
Might as well.
Literally, it starts with Mother Base is destroyed, and there's all these caskets in the water.
From the Ground Zeroes.
One of them washes up. No, this is post Ground Zeroes.
Isn't it? Like, the Mother Base exploding is in Ground Zeroes.
They rebuild it.
No, they don't.
And it explodes again.
What?
But, so then there's all these caskets in the water, right? One of them washes up, and your character opens it up, looks at it, and says, yep, this is the guy who started it all, and then kicks it back in the water. They just kicks Venom Snake's casket into the water like it's nothing.
Oh my god.
You don't even see him.
Oh my god. They like really don't want like...
It's bad. They're screwing up. So, yeah, don't buy Metal Gear Survive.
Oh, God.
Oh my god.
Okay.
What a game.
So next.
Okay, so on the other hand, people are making... So I feel people aren't making a big enough deal about Metal Gear Survive, but people are making a big deal out of something that's totally not. Because apparently, people are saying Dragon Ball FighterZ has loot boxes.
Yeah, I heard that too.
But guess what?
It's in-game only.
It's totally not loot boxes at all even.
Really?
So this is what it is. in the game, you fight and you get money in the game, which you can then take to go to a capsule machine, which you spin the dial on, and out pops a reward.
It's like the gacha stuff, isn't it?
Yeah. And literally, it's only in-game money. It's only cosmetic awards, so it's like lobby avatars, it's color schemes, it's even like just some like quotes and taunts and stuff. Like it's such nothing, and there's no way to buy it with in-game money or out-of-game money. It's all in-game money, and if you get duplicates, then you get money which you can use to buy them. It's Overwatch style kind of, but like it's not loot boxes. It's just a gacha system that has been in every Dragon Ball game since Budokai. Like,
well, I think it's like comes at a time during the microtransaction like stuff. Plus, it's like so like it's more popular than Xenoverse was, I believe.
Nah,
it's like outside looking.
Yeah. No, to be fair, no, you're right. But like, it's just so weird to see like people freaking out about something that's nothing. Like, it's really not, because like you can even just unlock them normally through the game. Like, you can also like just get money and buy them too. So it's like you could do that. And the funny thing is, this whole system, this exact system, was in Guilty Gear Revelator 2. Because in that one, you would go fishing.
Yeah.
You would earn fishing points, which you can use to go fishing. And when you fished, you would pull up either, if you did one, you would get one random item, or you could get up to 10 random items. It's just cosmetics and nothing. It's such a... I feel like they're trying to make this into some big thing, but it really doesn't deserve to be.
I think like they're writing it just to like get the views, because everyone's like so in an uproar about these microtransactions, which is fair.
Yo, okay, so yeah, no, let me be like, microtransactions and loot boxes, when they're gameplay based,
they're killing multiplayer games,
are bad. But when they're for cosmetic stuff, when they're can be unlocked with in-game currency pretty much exclusively, like if you can, like, I don't find it wrong if they say, okay, here's a bunch, you can get cosmetic loot boxes. If you just want to get everything, pay for it.
Yeah,
you can.
Yeah.
You know, some people just don't have the time to want to try and do that, and that's fine.
And
whatever.
Also supports the the
developer, right? Like,
right?
I have no problem
like,
with that.
That's why I buy some Overwatch loot boxes, because I want to support Blizzard, right?
Yeah, but it's like, so, but when you have to pay, that sucks.
Oh yeah.
When it's for gameplay, regardless of if it's paid or not, it sucks, especially in multiplayer. In single player, it's weird. I don't like it.
Doesn't make any sense.
Well, look at Assassin's Creed Origins has it.
Oh, it does?
It has single...
I was thinking of Shadow of War.
It has Shadow of War too. They both have single-player loot boxes, which is weird, because it's pretty much... Like, that one, I can see why it would suck, because, well, it doesn't matter. I don't know. That one's weird. That one's so weird, but...
Side note with the microtransactions thing is that, you know how Battlefront 2 is, like centered around the model, right? It, like... While playing it, it just feels gross.
Yeah.
Because everything's just centered around that microtransaction.
You start up a match and it says, hey, you could pay for Darth Vader.
It didn't say that, but
It pretty much says that.
Maybe.
I mean, it doesn't actually say that. But what I mean is, it feels like it says that. Yeah. So yeah, no, FighterZ is actually not... Like, the only scummy thing which some people say is that I can sort of see is the fact that they announced from the get-go there's going to be 8 DLC characters, which in a 22 character roster I don't feel is too much.
Didn't they do that with Marvel?
They do that with every fighting game since Street Fighter 4. It's always been, there will be more DLC fighters, but you know, we have to release the game now. You know, this is all that we have the budget for right now. Then once we get the sales back, then we can make a few more fighters. That's pretty much what it is. You know, and so, I don't know.
Games cost money.
Games cost money. Hi, you have to pay for them. All the people are like...
But again, that also ties back into microtransactions, so it's kind of like a...
Yeah, but
uneven ground there.
I don't think that expansion content is scummy.
No.
I think microtransactions are. If it's something that's in the game already, and you have to pay for it again, then that's bad. If it's new content... regardless of whether it was held back, because of course budget is a thing. Gamers don't understand that you can't just say, why didn't they just add it to the base game? There's budget, there's time, there's marketing.
Did you see that Reset Era post? About,
which one?
People want like 2 first-party Nintendo games a month.
What?
Yeah.
Okay, Reset Era is almost worse than NeoGAF. Like
it's already getting there.
They do some stupid stuff. I saw one and it was like, oh, I don't even remember, but I got so mad at it.
This is just making us mad.
They do horrible Nintendo posts. I don't even remember. It just Reset Era is bad.
All right, now
speaking of FighterZ though, we did get the reveal of the last character in the base game, who is making many players question if they're into Vor or not.
So what's the big deal about Majin 21? It's Majin, right?
Majin.
Okay.
Yes, Majin Android 21 is the last character.
One of her skins.
Wait, what?
Like really? Like her brown skin or whatever?
Oh, well, yeah, she has a hot brown skin, which is awesome, because, hey,
Yeah.
It's awesome. But, no, that's not why. It's the fact that she turns you into a cupcake and eats you.
I saw that.
And her win pose, if you do it, is literally you see her bite into you, and it's full screen. And it's a lot of people are discovering that they're into Vor.
Oh, so God.
It's, well, no, it's just like, because, number one, Dragon Ball's really bad for female fighters because there's, like, none of them, really. Like, in the base game, I think there's Android 21 and Android 16, and I think that's it for females.
Really?
Dragon Ball's really bad for, as a franchise, for having cool kick-butt females, and then as soon as they become mothers, they stop kicking butt. Goku's wife, awesome kung fu chick, as soon as she gave birth, she never once again threw a punch or a kick. She just became a mother. Okay. Gohan's wife, Videl, her name is Devil rearranged because she's the daughter of Mr. Satan, so that's cute. She was an awesome kick butt chick. She gave birth, never again. She even stopped flying.
Why?
Like, Gohan taught her how to fly with ki, and then once she became a mother, useless.
Huh.
Android 16, she became a mother and she still fights, but still, she pretty much stopped doing stuff. He's really bad for as soon as they become a mother, shelf them. So, like, having another female in general is really nice. Now you have 3 Majins that you can have on a team. You have Boo, Kid Boo, and Majin Android 21.
Okay.
Basically, they're like race of demons who are like putty, pretty much. They can stretch and stuff. There's a really fun story because there was only one Majin to begin with, which was Boo. And then he was evil, and then he became good. And then he got to live with Mr. Satan, who's he's like a Hulk Hogan, pretty much, like a wrestler, but everyone in the world thinks he's strong, but he's kind of weak. But so he's living with this Mr. Satan guy, and then one day, Boo comes across one of Mr. Satan's porno mags, and Boo's like, "Boo think this fun? How Boo do this?" And Mr. Satan teaches him what love is, and then so Boo just makes a wife out of himself. And then they populate the entire Majin race.
What?
So literally, he creates his own wife called Miss Boo, who is a blue, quite attractive female Majin, who he just then will populate the entire race of because he accidentally found a porno magazine.
Oh my god.
So, yeah. So the fact that she's, the cool thing about her though in the game, Majin Android 21, she has the ability to, if you use her grab, which is where she eats them.
Yeah.
After that, she gains one of the character's special moves that she ate. Okay. So she can use the Kamehameha if she eats Goku. She can use Solar Flare if she eats Krillin. So she's kind of like she can gain their attacks, which is kind of cool. We don't know what she's really like in the story or much of her gameplay, but it's just a really cool, like everyone was like, there's going to be some original character. In every single Arc System Works crossover thing, there's always an original character. Persona, there was an original character. In, all the, I don't know. There's more. But regardless, there's like, they always add an original character. So this is this game's original character, but it's still designed by the guy who made Dragon Ball. Okay. So that's good. And it's like, it's cool to have both a female and a villain. And so she's a cool final character. I'm excited. You do have to beat the game to unlock her. Okay. But there is apparently, in Japan, they're giving out a magazine that gives you an early access code for her. But because it's a magazine, it's probably going to be one code that everyone can use. So it's probably you could probably just put in the code and get her.
Oh, probably.
Yeah, so, yeah. Oh, yeah, the FighterZ beta ended too, and I played some of that. That was good. It's good.
Yeah, it was.
Wait, you did?
I did.
Did you get matches?
I did.
Oh, yeah. Who did you play as?
I really like, Frieza.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't like Frieza too much.
Also like, Beerus.
Beerus does shenanigans. Beerus is a lot of
really fun.
I like Beerus.
I tried playing as a few of the Super Saiyans, and they're alright.
I really like Vegeta, if only because when you do, he has one attack where he jumps up, like where he just goes and throws a whole bunch of fireballs. If you do that in the air, you can because it literally, the blast pushes you up, you can do multiple in the air and just keep comboing the opponent. They have no idea what to do. So yeah, no, that game's going to be fun. Yeah. I'm looking a lot forward to playing the full game.
Like when I first played it, I was like having a lot of fun because I was like I was doing surprisingly well. Like I was sending people into mountains and all that.
Yeah, right.
Hype. But then there's a point where it's like I started getting matched with
some of the stronger players
and got my complete shit wrecked.
You know what? I will say, out of every fighting game, I feel this one's honestly the most newcomer friendly. It really feels like it really feels newcomer friendly. I can get those
hits in.
Yeah, right. Like you no matter what your skill level, I feel like they made it so that people coming from, like Xenoverse, which is not a good fighter whatsoever. It's a good RPG, but not a good fighter. Even they can play and have fun. Okay. So, it's going to be good. I pre-ordered the Ultimate Edition, so I'm going to get that. Is that the one with
the statue?
A digital Ultimate Edition. Okay. So I get the game, I get all the DLC, and I get the anime soundtrack, which I'm real excited for. Even though, did you hear some of the soundtrack stuff?
No.
So you saw Hit, right? He's kind of like the purple guy. He kind of has his hands in his pockets.
Oh, no, I don't think so.
Okay, I'll show you him. He's one of the characters, but his theme is like a jazz western theme.
Well, that's cool.
It's so good, and people are like, it doesn't fit him, and I'm like, shut up, it's such a good song. And like, there's a lot of jazzy songs, and like, it's really good. The soundtrack's gonna be awesome, but like, I still need those anime songs because some of them are so hype.
Yeah.
Speaking of hype, next news story.
I see this, and I'm like, really?
So,
I heard that the train from 6 is...
So Final Fantasy XIV is getting a new update, and I don't care about Final Fantasy XIV. I tried it. I don't like it.
I gotta still get into it.
Honestly, I'm at a point where I look at it, and I'm like, I'm so far behind. I will never play everything in it. Like, it's not possible. It's overwhelming.
Yeah.
So, and then there's stuff that's just gone too, and I don't like that. That scares me. But, so they've been doing a thing lately where they've been adding in new dungeons and doing it so that the bosses of these dungeons are like the villains of old Final Fantasy games.
Okay.
So the last one had you fight X-Death, which is the villain of 5. And you would even go to his final boss form, which is like the huge, hulking, giant, disgusting monstrosity version of him. Like, you played through the final boss sequence of Final Fantasy V. But they announced that now for 14, the next update, of course, they're going to 6. Which means not only are they adding the Phantom Train in as a boss, where you literally fight a train, which... They did confirm you can suplex still. Nice. Thank God. But they're adding in, they showed Kefka's going to be in it.
Really?
Which, Kefka is easily one of the best Final Fantasy villains. You don't know about him much.
I know about him.
You know about him a little bit. He's, like, imagine...
I know he won.
What do you mean he won?
He like...
Oh, yeah, he won. Yeah.
I like villains who do that.
He's like the first Final Fantasy villain who distinctly wins and the world ends. And it's like, oh crap, what now? But no, you need to play 6 still. It's on your SNES Classic. It's ready to go.
Every Final Fantasy.
I'd say 6 is the next one to play. 6 is my favorite, probably.
Okay.
Like 5 is good, but it's so niche because it's like Japan only, so it's like a little. But no, 6 you got to play. 6 is like, out of all the ones that came out like officially to the West, That one's the best.
Okay.
Kefka's the best villain by far. Okay,
Arden's pretty...
Okay, but Arden took way more from Kefka than you think.
I could see that.
He and like they're very similar. So, but no, he's gonna be in 14, and that's awesome. And I look forward to watching videos of people playing that sequence because I know I'm not gonna.
So when is he coming?
I have no idea. You're asking the wrong person.
Oh,
it's just in the next Final Fantasy 14 update. Honestly, if the people are listening to this and they play 14, they know when it's coming.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
They know when it's coming. Because it's adding in... Oh, it's also adding in a new mode where you have to... It's called Fashion Hunter or something. Where, like, you'll be given a task to assemble an outfit. And you'll have to go and get the components of the outfit. And then you have to, like, make, like, the fashion thing.
Really?
So it's a little different. But also, yeah, then there's people scalping the houses, which is they're trying to get rid of.
Huh.
Did you know that the market for houses in Final Fantasy XIV is so bad that it's actually almost considered a money laundering scheme?
Really?
Yeah, people will buy up like 100 houses for like $1 million and then try and sell it off themselves. Real money.
Like $1 million real dollars?
Yeah, $1 million real dollars. Because they're, yeah.
Oh my god.
And they're running out of room for houses still. I love MMOs.
That's weird.
I love MMOs. World of Warcraft had this exact problem, apparently.
I didn't know you could like just put houses anywhere. I thought it was just its own like
no
setting where it's like a separate area.
It's a separate area,
but not physical houses.
Yeah,
just like
no, they're physical.
Huh,
yeah, no, it's bad.
That's interesting.
Okay, but now we can move on to the Final Fantasy, which we do know about, and this one you can talk about.
Yes,
you got this.
15 Final Fantasy 15 is getting a sort of / Game of the Year edition / new content update.
Yeah.
So,
called the Royal Edition.
The Royal Edition.
Which is really good. That's a good name.
It is a good name. It got leaked like...
yeah, but everyone just thought it was just going to be a kind of a collected edition of it, which is, just going to be, oh yeah, it's the Game of the Year, includes all the DLC. But there's a bunch of new stuff in it, which is really cool.
Yeah, it seems like there's going to be a bunch of content in the late game.
Yes. Yeah. Before you go to Altissia... You'll be able to ride...
Oh, yeah,
you'll be able to drive around in the boat.
And there's a new story mission, isn't there?
There's a story mission, as well as there are islands you can go visit.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah, so there's stuff there. And you'll be able to fish in the ocean, which is a big thing, and get a lot of new fish there. Which is great, because that game's fishing is so fun, and I love it.
So, like, right now, it's just like you go to Altissia.
Right now, it's a cutscene. Well, it looks like it... Like, you look at it, and you're like, that could have been playable. Like, it looked like it.
Now it is.
Yeah. Especially after
they're just filling out these parts of the game.
Oh, but don't you know it should have been finished to begin with? And honestly, if going off of that, the game would still not be out yet. Like, I am fine with this idea of releasing a game and then updating it as time goes on.
Because when they're all done, we're all said and done, I'm going to replay the game with all these features.
It's going to be cool.
Yeah.
There's also a new. Let's not. We won't touch spoilers, obviously, but there's a new dungeon that takes place in the very late game, which is something a lot of people are asking for. And there's of course with that there's new weapons and new armor and all that stuff.
Is there?
Yes. Oh yeah. They confirmed that.
Okay.
But the big thing that I'm really excited about is some super bosses.
I've seen those.
So, I
think I recognize one of them. So
Cerberus was actually in a lot of the pre-release materials for the game, and he was kind of shown off in a active time battle or active time report, where they showed him off and they said, "Yeah, we're gonna try and find where to put him in the game because we don't really know."
Yeah,
and it's like fair enough, so they're adding him in there. The one that makes me real excited though is Omega.
I think that's the one I recognize.
So Omega is pretty much the first Final Fantasy super boss. He was just a random encounter in one of the rooms in Final Fantasy 1.
Yeah.
But he was stronger than the final boss.
Really?
And he was just a random encounter. Huh. And that game you couldn't run.
Oh god.
So if you ran into him and you kind of fight him kind of late game, but not like at the end of the game per se.
Yeah.
And, like, it's in a room you have to walk through to get through the dungeon.
That's a bit.
So, yeah, dude, Final Fantasy 1, not the most balanced game. But He was in that one. He was called War Mech originally, but then later on they renamed him to be Omega, which is his actual name. He is just iconic. He's been added to pretty much every Final Fantasy because he's the first super boss technically. Even though he wasn't meant to be that, he kind of evolved into it. So that's super awesome that he's back. There was one more, and I don't. Oh. The old Knights of the Realm.
Yeah.
The old Kings of Yore or whatever. The old kings.
They're like the guys at the end.
The statue guys from they're the smaller versions of the statues from Kingsglaive.
Yeah.
So you get to fight basically Knights of the Round from Final Fantasy VII, which is super cool. Why would you fight them though? It's probably going to be a test, and it'll be like, to see if you're worthy, Prince Noctis. Please kick our butts.
I like how they're like making like the pre-final boss more difficult than the actual final boss.
That's pretty normal for Final Fantasy in terms of the bosses.
I feel like I want to talk about it.
No, fair enough. The final boss wasn't a difficult final boss.
I wish it was though.
So I do think that once we get an episode art in, which I mean we know that's coming out. They said it. I feel like almost that will maybe give an alternate ending to where you might fight because one thing that he doesn't do, which isn't spoilers really, he doesn't do the Final Fantasy thing of you start fighting him as a human and then I'm turning into a big monster.
That's what I was expecting because he also has all that tortured souls inside him.
He doesn't do that, so I can honestly see them being like we're adding a new phase to the final boss or something, because
please,
because every Final Fantasy character or villain does that. Either they start off big and hulking and then they go back to being normal, or they start off normal and then go I'm a big monster,
So all those new bosses are going to be in that final dungeon, right?
Looks like it, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so that's going to be good.
There's also some more story.
Yeah, well, I think it's just cutscenes related to that content. It all looks like it takes place around or near the final dungeon.
There's a clip in that trailer that looks really peculiar.
Which one?
It's a bit spoilery.
Okay, we'll leave it then.
Yeah.
We'll leave it then. That's okay.
It piqued my interest when I saw it.
Yeah, no, fair enough. It does look interesting, and so that's going to be good. And of course, even though this is the Royal Edition, they did announce you'll be able to upgrade your base game to the Royal Edition. They did actually take back the original price that they said. They originally said
$20?
They originally said $20. Then they said okay, no, that's not the confirmed price yet.
Oh, okay.
So I think some people complained they might bring it down a bit. I would have been fine with $20.
I feel there's enough that it feels like a DLC pack.
Yeah, it feels like an expansion pack. I'd have no problem with that. But if they pull it down a bit, that'd be fine. $10. Hey, I'm down for that. So, all right.
Have you seen the box art for it? Royal Edition?
I think I did.
It looks really cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not buying it again, so it doesn't matter to me. So
fair enough.
Final bit of news, what just came out. The Monster Hunter World DLC list has been supposedly leaked, which, at first we'd be like, I don't know, that doesn't look like, well, there's two reasons why we could believe it. One, it's Capcom. Yeah. Capcom is a leaky boat, always has been. Everything gets leaked early. The other thing is that the person who posted it has been posting screenshots and videos of content from the game, and they said, "Oh yeah, by the way, I'm going into the game files and taking a look at some stuff." And so, it looks pretty good. I won't go into what's in the DLC list, and by DLC, it's free updates. It's not paid DLC at all. They said that there might be paid DLC for a few cosmetic stuff, but all the monsters and all the everything will be everything that is gameplay related will be free updates.
Okay.
But they showed off the DLC list for monsters, and let's just say anyone who was worried that Monster Hunter Generations 2, Double Cross or whatever, isn't coming out to the West. No, it kind of is.
Okay. Are they going to be like classic? Is there like a mix of new monsters and classic monsters?
It's all classic.
Oh.
But it is literally the best of the best. Oh. It is... so, I mean, this is not real spoilers, but every cover monster that's been on the cover of a game.
Really?
Yes.
Are those the 4 from Generations coming?
Oh, okay, maybe not. No, I didn't see them actually.
Okay.
But they need the hunter art style though, the hunter style system rather. So they're not in. But okay, everyone pre-generations is coming back.
It's gonna be cool to see all these like monsters like in like high.
There's some there that I'm so excited to see in HD. There's definitely a couple that you look at and you're like, yeah, that makes sense because it looks like their cousin is in the game, if you will.
Okay.
And so they'll kind of be reusing a bit of stuff. But no, it's a good list. It's a real good list. And Kieran was also announced to be in.
Kieran?
The unicorn that gives the armor that's in Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. So that's going to be good.
5 more days.
Oh my god, I'm so excited.
So we have it after our next topic, but did you want to discuss it now?
Yeah, sure.
It's in the news.
Yeah, area? I guess. Because then the other big piece of news is Nintendo Labo.
So I've been like kind of reserving my opinions about this on the Discord because...
Why?
I have some opinions about it.
Are they... Okay. Go ahead. Let's hear them.
At first I was... Okay, there was a leak about the pixel bits.
Oh, I was so excited for the pixel bits.
Oh, I wasn't.
Dude, I love Lego.
I know, but like...
So let's explain. The pixel bits were basically... They were going to be... it said that they were like Lego, basically, that you would put together, and then you would actually be able to scan them into the game using the IR sensor. And they wouldn't save or load data, but they would unlock stuff. So, like, pretty much kind of alternate amiibos.
Like, that's what I was afraid of. It was like just replacing amiibos, like the stuff I've been like putting my money into for 4 years, right?
Okay,
like,
yeah.
But like, I'm glad that's not the case. But Nintendo Labo, on one half, I'm like, all right, this is cool. And on the other half, I'm like, I'm not like that, like, into it. I know it's like, there's all these discussions about like, oh, it's not for me. Why are they making this? This isn't for me. But I'm like, that's over there, and this is me. That was first. And then I'm like, I like read into it a bit more and like see what it's all about. And I'm like, maybe.
Okay.
This, like, maybe. You're going to get it, right?
No.
No?
Well, okay. Okay, you finish up your stuff and I'll explain where I come from on it.
Okay, well, it's a really cool idea.
Yes. I mean, that's everyone agrees.
It has potential to blow up. Like,
oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, because it's like the journalist, or like there's one of the journalists who talked to Reggie about it, and he's like, oh, so this is your response to VR? And it's like, no.
Yeah, that is nothing to do with VR.
Yeah. But like,
it's quite the opposite of VR. Uh-huh. It's R.
It's just reality.
It's reality.
I feel that the card, like everyone's like, oh, it's made of cardboard. It's going to like be destroyed like right away. But I feel it's like going to be like that like sturdy cardboard.
Yeah, it's not just regular cardboard. I mean, cardboard is stronger than a lot of people give credit for. Also, yeah. But okay, here's where I come from on it. When I first saw it, I was a little disappointed at first, but then once it started showing the amount of stuff you can make, because not only can you make the preset stuff, but then you can make your own stuff and program it your own ways.
Can you?
Oh yeah.
I thought that was just like, oh, that's a potential.
No. There's
like confirmed?
Yeah, no, that's confirmed. You can literally, you're given like okay, when you buy the cartridge, you're given, the pre-existing. Oh, here's how you can make a piano. Here's how you can make the stuff, and then the games that go with them.
Yeah.
But they did confirm that there's also a full creative mode where you can just say, when I press this button on the screen, it does this on the Joy-Con.
They showed that a bit with the
little bugs going, right?
And the Stickman.
Yeah, that's entirely programmed by the user.
That's cool.
So you can make your own stuff entirely. Then when I saw that, I was like, okay, even though I'm personally, like, I think it's really cool, but I personally am like, I don't have time for that much. But as a educator, as a teacher, I think that this will rock in both classrooms. Like for any sort of media class, any sort of programming class for young kids, this will be awesome. But also just for kids who want a creative outlet for, basic programming, crafting, all that stuff in a way that like you can't get from any other game company.
No.
And like, oh my God, did you see Nintendo stocks after this? Oh boy, they ate this up, and like pre-orders are already all sold out. Like, it's
they're not out in Canada yet, but like...
Well, yeah, because Canada's weird, because it's like, oh yeah, we can't do pre-orders until it's like 3 months away. And it's like, well, that kind of sucks. But,
what's the NOA, or no, who's the Nintendo president? What's his name?
No, I know exactly who you're talking about.
Yeah. But anyway, he talked about, like, he wants to sell 20 million units this year.
Oh.
And I feel like this is, like...
Oh, for sure.
One of the big answers to that, because, like, you think about, like, kids go to school, they see the stuff in the classroom, they go home, say, Mom or Dad, I want a Switch. They go out and they get their kid a Switch. And that's how...
Honestly,
that's how they're going to attack the kid-friendly. Because they have all the hardcore audience now, so, like...
Well, that's why it's like, I feel like we've been, like, the hardcore audience has had a whole year plus with the Switch.
And it's not even over yet.
And it's not even over yet. But it's like, okay... You can't just not have kids have games. Like, they need stuff, you know? So I think anyone who says that, oh, well, looks like Nintendo... There was news articles saying Nintendo's year spree is over. And it's like, what are you talking about? These guys have no idea, you know? So, but...
They're going to forget all about that when they see Metroid Prime 4 footage.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And, like, you know, they announced Dark Souls the week before.
Yeah.
Come on.
But, I feel that Nintendo's, like, ready to get weird again.
And that's what I want. Weird Nintendo is good Nintendo.
Yeah. Because, like, after the Wii U, they, like...
The Wii U wasn't weird enough, I feel.
No.
The Wii U was way too safe.
Yeah, and now with the Switch and, like, they're, like, hit it, like, one of the best years in their history last year.
No, it's, I think this is awesome, and anyone who says that it's... The worst opinions ever are, wow, Nintendo's charging you $70 for cardboard.
How do you feel about the prices, by the way? So they're like 90.
You're basically buying
a game
with
accessories
with build your own. I think it's a good price.
Yeah, I think so.
I think people don't understand how much cardboard actually is. People are like, you could buy that for 25 cents, and it's like, you're stupid. But like the whole programming aspect, it comes with not only cardboard, but like the strings, the moving accessories, the
some of those
reflective tape.
Really like complicated.
Yeah, the robot kit looks... I almost think... I'm like, kudos to any kid who can build that robot kit, because that thing looks insane.
Yeah, it does, honestly. When they took off the back of it, and it's like...
Yeah, no, like, so it's... I think it's going to be really cool. Apparently from all the pre-testing, like not the testing, but like the shows where they have it going on, where people can try it. The press, yeah. They say like... It works really well. Building it is fun. And I'm like, this seems cool. Anyone who says that this is just them selling cardboard or... It's
such a, like, it's playing it down so much.
It's such a negative way to look at it. Yeah. And it's like, wait, what was that one thing I saw? Oh my God.
There are a lot of things I saw too.
There was one that I saw where it's like, I'm thinking of something entirely different. I'll say it now anyways, but I thought it was related, but it was like, I remember when the allegations against, what's his face making the stupid Android game. The guy I hate. The French guy making, not Chicago, Detroit.
Oh, David Cage.
David Cage. When the allegations came out against him and his studio being super scummy and horrible, there was one guy on Twitter who was like, this is just Nintendo trying to attack Sony for one of their exclusives.
Oh yeah, I saw that too.
This is Nintendo making up this story. This is Nintendo fanboys buying into the story. And it's like...
Oh my God.
God, gamers are the worst.
Do you think there's going to be like past Toy-Con 1 and 2?
Yeah, I feel like it's
you
easy
think once
money,
they get
honestly.
like the base stuff out there, they're going to be like, bring Zelda into this or Mario?
I think they're going to keep it pretty IP free.
They're going to like keep it separate?
If only because then that widens the audience more.
Yeah.
Because they're buying the Switch for this, and then afterwards they can play the other games on other stuff, you know?
Yeah.
Like, yeah. I think they'll keep it pretty separate.
But I feel like I see this everywhere online. It's like Luigi's Mansion.
It
could be like amazing.
That's true. But I saw someone say, Metroid Prime, build yourself an arm cannon, and you point at the TV.
I mean, there's like so much potential that Nintendo could do, but like I understand from their point of view that they don't want to.
They want to keep it separate. Yeah. So, no, Nintendo Labo looks cool, and anyone who hates it is not smart.
What do you think about the name?
Labo?
Yeah.
Apparently Japan loves it. Japan thinks it's the funniest thing. They're like, they're like, Labo, that's the best. And so it's, I don't know. It's such a Nintendo name, though. I thought it was Nintendo Lab until I noticed that the O was actually not a design. It's actually a part of it. And it's such a Nintendo name. I don't know.
If they were to just call it Nintendo Labo, it would be like...
It'd be fine, but Labo is such a Nintendo thing to do. Yeah. So that's good.
They could, like, attach the cardboard to the name type thing.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, the brand type thing.
Yeah.
Anything else?
No, I don't have anything else to say other than, like, the Switch is looking awesome.
Oh my God.
More and more awesome every day. Good system.
Can't wait till E3.
Oh, it's going to be nuts. For sure.
And I think that's it for news.
That's it for news, yeah.
Yeah.
So, we'll just kind of quickly run down what we're playing.
Yeah.
Any
You start this
quick
time.
stuff? Okay. So the big ones that I've been playing is I kept playing a bit more of the betas of stuff. Played a bit more Dragon Ball. It's Dragon Ball. I beat Nergigante in Monster Hunter with a party online. That was tough, and then I tried to play with you, and,
I didn't.
Yeah, didn't work out as well.
I tried playing against him by myself.
Oh wow, how'd that go?
Just to see how he like played out and like what his attacks were.
Yeah, how'd that go?
I got him to the second area.
That's good.
Yeah,
that's good.
And then he took me out.
He's definitely like number one. He's basically using his high rank moveset, meaning his stronger moveset. He deals more damage.
Yeah.
You only have 15 minutes. Like the only thing you have is you can die 5 times, but like other than like more than 3. He's tough, but honestly, I could definitely see in the base game him just being a fun regular fight.
Yeah, I would. He's an Elder Dragon, isn't he?
Yes, he is.
Yeah.
So
he's one of the lore.
Yep.
Ones.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, pretty much every monster is lore related, but like he's story related is what he is.
Oh, okay.
He's the cover monster of 5. Yeah. So like
and,
that's
you get a statue of him in this collector's edition.
So it's he's awesome. I beat him though, and it was awesome. You might just have to try hopping online with randos. Maybe get lucky. Like I got a team who knew what they were doing, and I supported them with a hunting horn. So I was pretty much, not only was I hitting him, I was giving them all attack up buffs. So like that worked out well.
I've been toying around. I think I just started toying around in this beta with the gun lances.
Gun lances is
really fun.
Yeah, gun lances. I mean, honestly, every weapon's fun. There's not a bad
really
weapon.
Like the hammer too.
They're all so different though that like you have to kind of learn how to play them. So
yeah. Anything else? I
started playing Digimon Story Cyber Sleuth Hacker's Memory, which is it's not a sequel to the original Cyber Sleuth. I've never really seen this done in a game. It's a story that acts entirely concurrently. So you start off at the exact same point as the first game starts off, but you're playing as someone who is pretty much an NPC.
Huh.
And like you literally will walk by the main character of the first game while they're going through a cutscene.
That's cool.
Like it's so like gameplay wise, it's just an updated version. But like the story is so neat because everyone's like, they're like, oh, I didn't see you there. Sorry, you look so nondescript. You look like an NPC. Like everyone knows that like you look just like a normal like NPC character, and the story is literally happening at the exact same time as what it is for the main first game.
That's neat.
It's such a neat way to go about it, and it's really cool.
You know,
what?
You know what that reminds me of?
What?
Plague Knight.
Yeah, for sure. Which
I'm playing.
Right. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Go ahead. I was just gonna say like I'm doing the Let's Play of it. Go watch that if you haven't. It's really fun because I'm adding in I'm taking old Digimon commercials from when I was a kid and putting them at the start of each episode.
I watched the beginning one with your sister.
Oh, it's so good. Yeah. I'm putting in the crappy dub music. It's so good.
Nice.
So I'm having a lot of fun with that. But some people are complaining that the game should have been like DLC. But I'm like, no, I like this being like a whole other story, you know? So, yeah, no, that's pretty awesome. That's about it.
Okay.
Oh, wait, no, you do yours. No, because this isn't for Digimon. It's another game I'm playing. So you can do yours, and then I'll do mine after.
Okay. Well, I've been playing... I finished Shovel Knight.
Yep.
Started Plague Knight. It is... At first, I wasn't so hot on his like moveset, his controls.
It's different at first, for sure.
Yeah. That was the first level.
Yeah.
And then, like, after that, I got used to it. I really like all the combinations you can do. Like, that's really cool. Some are, like, better than others.
Oh, for sure.
Long shot. But, like... There's a lot of combinations that like I just really. There's some I use more than others, like like the black powder. is more or less the best one, I think.
I don't. Which one's that one do? You're gonna have to explain
the regular one that just explodes.
Oh, I don't know. There was some later on that I got that were a lot more fun. Where it's like ones where like you throw it down and it'll like explode over and over in one spot.
Oh yeah, like you throw it 3 times at it and it explodes.
Yeah, that one's awesome.
Yeah, I like that one. The story is really like interesting. Like there's like, I really like when like at first when you go behind the town and through the sewer and then you see Shovel Knight like go crossing, and then in the armor outpost, or was that the armor outpost? No, somewhere else where you like just saw Shovel Knight like walking by or something. Doing like something. And like I like how you meet Chester and you trade stuff and he gives you the stuff he gives to Shovel Knight, and then spoilers.
It's not really.
No?
It's very, very... Yeah, it's Shovel Knight. It's not real spoilers.
Plague Knight's lair and you fight Shovel Knight, you felt like the boss.
Yeah.
Like, every time I, tried to switch combinations to,
Did you find Plague Knight's room?
No.
What? You didn't? That's the best part.
I didn't find it, no.
Okay, so literally, when you go to the boss, and then there's, you know how it's you fall down a pit? Right before you fall down the pit, if you look over... There's one of the breakable blocks there.
Yeah.
If you do a long shot over there and break it, you'll get his bedroom. There's some good Easter eggs in there. Maybe go back and look. It's really cute.
I will.
One not real spoiler, but one of the things is you see a whole line of masks, and one of them is the mask he wears in his boss fight because it's a different mask.
Oh.
He's like a shorter, cuter mask for the game.
Yeah.
And then for the boss, it's like a longer one.
Oh, okay.
So it's good. Plague Knight's awesome. I love him. He's just I like him more as a character too. He's kind of sassy.
Kind of just like a shitlord.
He is, yeah.
Everyone hates him. So does it it takes place meanwhile?
Pretty much, I think, yeah.
Because it's
I think it's
you defeat the
I think it's slightly before. Slightly before.
So is there some sort of revelation that he gets back in after killing everyone?
I'm actually not 100% sure. All I know is that, though, but, real talk, Plague Knight story is my favorite out of all the Shovel Knight
really
stories.
Good. I like his relationship with
Mona. Oh, Mona's the best.
Yeah.
Oh, it's really good.
Also, Percy and how Plague Knight absolutely hates his guts.
It's great. No. I really like Plague of Shadows.
And one of the best parts, Bart's, or what's his name?
Baz
Knight. How you recruit him?
Yeah, it's the best that he does the pose after. It's so good. Baz Knight's awesome.
I'm almost done the Plague Knight, and then I'm going to hopefully get Spectre Knight done before Friday.
Okay.
And then, yeah.
Spectre Knights is actually the longest, though. So,
really?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's... I didn't like it as much personally, but it's still really good.
Okay. It's a prequel, right?
Yes, that one is a distinct prequel.
I'm looking forward to that.
And then I think King Knights is also a prequel, but this one I think they said it's going to be way more just comedic in tone. So it's just pretty not as serious.
Okay.
So
one last thing.
Yes.
After you beat Shovel Knight, he's Plague Knight's dancing, and then Shovel Knight just gets the upper hand. And then you have to Plague Knight goes to where he's camping and takes his essence from his bag and leaves anyway.
It's great. I love so good.
I like the world building that it's doing.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But that's all I'm really playing.
Busy. Oh yeah. The other thing I did is I finished off Danganronpa Ultra Despair Girls, which is the third-person shooter spin-off of the visual novel series.
Okay.
I was actually really worried at first because I'm I suck at shooters. And in this one, to kill the enemies, it's almost like a zombie game kind of. You got dudes chasing you, and to kill the dudes, you have to shoot them. They have one glowing eye. Okay. You have to hit the eye to do good damage to them. I, as a shooter person who doesn't do shooters, I was really worried that I would suck at it.
Yeah.
But honestly, I played it on normal, and it was so easy. So I would almost say I kind of wish people told me to play it on hard, because wow, it was not hard. It was interesting though. I heard some people say it sucks because it's not you go from a series that is so heavily based on the story because it's a visual novel to a shooter. And it's such a downgrade kind of, but it's I don't know. I feel people are way too critical of spin-offs, I feel people take spin-offs as just be like, it's not as good as the main games at all.
No.
But it's good. And I feel like it's fine for a spin-off to be, good, you know?
Yeah, just like another corner of the world, or like the world the game is set in.
Yeah, so I feel like so many people are take things as like they compare them too seriously to each other, you know? But so now that I beat that, I have now just the anime, and then I'm on to the last game that just came out, V3. And then I've caught up on the series. So like I'm almost there. I've never jumped on a series and wanted to do everything in it so quickly. So it's really cool. I've been really enjoying that. And I've been doing them all as Let's Plays.
Nice.
So like I have people watching it with me, so that's going to be good.
Cool.
Just the last couple videos are going up sometime next week, or this week, I guess, when this comes out. So there we go. Mm-hmm. And that's about it for me.
Yep. I think that's it for the first half.
For the first half, yes. All right.
And when we come back, we're going to be talking
about
a lot.
Yes, for sure.
It's nothing relevant.
Nope, not at all. But it's a topic I know you wanted to do. So
yes, I really want to do this one.
Yeah, for
recently
sure.
After beating a certain game.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we'll be back after the break. See you guys in a sec.
Bye bye.
And we're back.
Hello.
It's an awkward intro, but that's okay. Because the topic we're going to be talking about is going to be awkward because we're going to be contesting our opinions against each other a little bit.
This is what I like. These discussions. This is why I wanted to do this entire podcast.
All right.
These discussions.
So you want to lay it out on the table what we're doing?
We are going to be talking about our top 5 Zelda games.
Yeah, because well, you beat one recently.
Breath of the Wild.
They got you thinking.
I beat it twice, but like now I have like
Mister, I beat Zelda twice. Look at me, I have time to play
300
games.
hours on it.
Jeez. All right.
Okay.
So how do we want to do this? Back and
5,
forth?
4, 3, 2, 1.
Well, I mean, obviously. But I mean, do we want to go back and forth?
I think so. And if we hit, like, the same...
Which I'm sure we will.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
So before we start, are you more of a 2D Zelda or a 3D Zelda?
I like 2D more.
I like 3D more.
Okay. So... I actually really didn't like 3D Zelda for a long time. Okay, you know what? I guess I'll start.
Yeah,
My number 5 is Link to the Past.
Oh, really? That low?
Yes. And there's actually a reason why. So it's a game that I played a lot as a kid. At my babysitter's, she had it on her Super Nintendo, and I would try playing it. And because I was a wee bab, I never beat it.
No.
I got real far in it each time.
Have you never beat it at all?
Never. That's still on my list of games to play.
And it's on your SNES Classic.
Yes, it is. And that's where I'm going to play it.
Yeah.
But it really just comes down to, like, it was... To me, it is what I think of when I think of Zelda. Because it is so tied to the Zelda image in my eyes. You know, looking at the little Link with his kind of pink hair for some reason. You know, the idea of, like the Dark World music. And it's weird because I had the Dark World music... like in my soul for years, and I didn't even know that's what it was. And then I heard it one day, and I'm like, oh, "That's where it's from," you know. So it's like
it's one of the best Zelda songs, I think.
Oh,
Dark World theme, yeah.
I do personally feel that it is very similar to Ocarina of Time, but I think it's done better in my eyes.
Really,
I feel like because it's the same thing. You start by getting 3 things. And then big event happens, alternate world where you have to get 7 things. It's the same.
Fair enough, yeah.
A lot of, Zelda mainstays came from it. You know, the ocarina is an item in Link to the Past before Ocarina of Time. It's really where Zelda became Zelda, and I love it.
What were I haven't played Link to the Past in like a long time.
Yeah.
But like, what are some of the bosses?
You got like, the ones that really jump out to me, there's Helmasaur. He's like the dinosaur, the wide-headed dinosaur with the tail that whips around.
Yeah, him.
You got the little worm guy who kind of bounces around at the top of the tower. You got the 6 jumping statues that all jump around.
Yeah.
They're not the most iconic bosses. I'll give you that.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't know. To me, it to me is what Zelda is, and I love it. And it's definitely, I do want to go through every game on the SNES Classic and play them all and beat them all. And so like that's gonna be one of them for sure.
Okay. I want to like talk about like the final bosses of these games.
Oh yeah, no. The final boss of Link to the Past is awesome.
Oh, yeah.
It's actually, like, one of my favorite final bosses because it's just, like... It's similar to the Zelda 1 final boss against Ganon, but... Number 1, you have to use silver arrows, which is cool, because that starts the tradition of use arrows to kill Ganon. But because he has the trident, it makes him so... I don't know, it's so iconic just seeing him spinning the trident around and the floor is disappearing. And the crazy thing about that fight is if you fall... then you have to redo the fight because you're down in the bottom of the pyramid again. Like, I could see people saying that sucks, but it's such a thing as skill because, like, whenever you use the sword, you get knocked back a bit. So it's like, I liked it. I think it's really cool.
I'm probably so wrong about this.
What?
But, like, there's, like, is that the only game he had the trident in?
Link Between Worlds he also did.
Oh, yeah,
of course. But he also did in Four Swords Adventures.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah, because that one gets a unique version of him when he gets reborn. And I think in the the Combined Oracles games, when you beat them both, you get Ganon as the final boss once you beat them both linked up.
Yeah.
So
it seems like in the Downfall timeline, he has those.
Yep.
Takes kindly to that trident.
Yeah, he does. I mean, it's important. It was so important they put it back as a thing in Hyrule Warriors, which is his much better moveset.
Oh, yeah,
so,
it is.
That's my number 5.
Number 5? Okay.
Yeah.
My number 5, on the different side of the coin, is Ocarina of Time.
Okay, well, that's nowhere on my list. Full disclosure, I think I understand where Ocarina of Time comes from and why it's important for gaming as a whole, but I think it's incredibly overrated.
I see it as like the classic Zelda formula, and that's why I love it so much.
Okay.
I could play it and be like, this is what like the core of Zelda is, and like just like go into the different regions.
Yep.
Get like meeting all like the species of that area.
Yep.
Like Zora's Domain in that game is one of my favorite areas in the entire game.
Oh, you know what? I'm going to honestly give you Ocarina of Time's music. I'd say is probably better than Link to the Past.
Yeah. I love the music in that game. Boss wise, Goma at the beginning. Goma. Oh, when I first played that game,
did it terrify you?
It did.
Yeah. So the first time I played Ocarina of Time, the reason I like Link to the Past more, I was terrified of both Link to the Past. I mean, Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask. Both of them terrified me for different reasons. Ocarina of Time, getting through the whole beginning, that's fine. I got to Goma, I saw the eye, and I'm like, okay, I'll shoot it. This giant spider thing comes down, and I'm like, that's it. I turned off the console and never looked at it again.
Oh my god.
And then afterwards, I got older, and I beat it, and it was fine. I'm like, okay, that wasn't tough. So then I walked out onto Hyrule Field. Then it became night. The skeletons started appearing, and
the bridge goes up.
I'm like, I'm trapped. Ah! Shut the game off, and then it was years again before I touched it again. And Majora's Mask, it was just the moon. I'm like, screw that whole moon. I hate it.
When you say the beginning, I think the beginning of Ocarina is like one of the best openings of any Zelda game.
Really?
I believe that because like
I actually think really the opposite.
Really?
I think Ocarina of Time started the trend of giving 3D Zeldas the most boring intros ever. I love Link to the Past intro because it's literally, Link, come save me.
Yeah.
You're in the field and you're gone. That's it. You're starting your adventure. Versus, it really feels like Ocarina of Time is the start of, hey, here's like 3 hours in the starting town of tutorials. Ocarina of Time's not the worst for it, but I feel like it started the trend.
Yeah. I played more recent games before Ocarina, so I think Ocarina was one of my first Zelda games too.
I think for a lot of people, they played it young, even if they don't really remember it. I think everyone played it.
Well, I played like Twilight Princess first, and then I
really?
a few games later I played Ocarina.
Okay.
Which, like maybe like the second or third game after. So it wasn't like that trend of like long intros. It wasn't like set in for me. I still like enjoyed Zelda like those kind of intros.
Okay.
So I think that's why I like it more, like the Lost Woods type thing.
Okay.
Yeah. Final boss, one of the most iconic.
Oh yeah, no,
bosses.
iconic for sure. Yeah, no.
Yeah. You're going up the staircase, and I think I lost my train of thought.
I don't really like the design for Ganon in that one too much. Ganondorf I like, but I don't know about the Ganon in that one. It looks a bit weird. It doesn't look like Ganon per se, but I feel like they almost did that on purpose to make him even scarier, you know?
Yeah.
Like, because you almost see him mostly cloaked in shadow.
Because that was his first incarnation of Ganon, right? Ganondorf? After Demise?
No.
Thinking about the timeline. Because there was Demise, and then it was Vati, and then it was Ganondorf.
Oh, I guess. Okay, but are we... I guess. Cause
I really like talking about the timeline,
because timeline is one thing, and then the way the games are made in the order they are is another,
fair enough.
So... no, if you're gonna say, oh yeah, that's how he originally looked, and then in the other games he looked different. Yeah, no, I guess. But I'm talking about in the timeline of things. Like we went from Blue Pigman, Blue Pigman, Green Dragony, two sword,
big yellow horns,
horn, kind of piggish man, kind of.
I liked his blades too.
Okay, I like the trident more.
Yeah, fair enough. But overall, I think it's like Lon Lon Ranch. Like, there's so many classic locations in that game. Like I look back on, and it's like it makes me want to play it again, even if it's like even if it is overrated.
And it runs at like 12 frames per second.
Yeah. Well, like,
and a lot of the environments aren't even 3D; they're just 2D images Lynx walks upon because you don't realize until you look at it. Dude, all of like Castletown, none of it's 3D.
Oh yeah, I noticed that.
It's all 2D.
Yeah.
And when I learned that as a kid, I'm like, this game's ruined
and the
for
Temple
me.
of Time.
Yeah.
Looks so weird. But yeah, I think, yeah, that's my say on it. What's your number 4?
Hey, fair enough. Well, it's not Ocarina of Time. It's not on my list. As I said, I don't love it. But I will say, I think Ocarina of Time needs a Final Fantasy VII style remake where it gets, because the story is so important for Zelda.
Oh yeah.
I feel like it needs not a remaster, a remake, as in like
changes of like
changes things up, like same locations, but like not accurate to how they were, kind of like a story based remake, not a gameplay based remake.
Okay,
like you know what I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
Like how Final Fantasy VII, it's like it's not 1-to-1 accurate to how the original game was, but it's still the same story.
Okay, yeah.
So I think it needs that.
That would be neat. What's your number 4?
My number 4 is a game that I think is Ocarina of Time, but better, which is Twilight Princess.
Oh, really?
I just think Twilight Princess... And I know a lot of people say, oh, Twilight Princess, it's just Ocarina of Time again. And it's like, yeah, but it does it better. I really do like Twilight. Twilight Princess was my first Zelda game that I sat down and said, I bought. Like, that's a big thing. My first Zelda game that I bought was a big one.
Well, that's your first Zelda game?
Yes.
Me too.
Oh, there you go. Wait, which version? Wii or GameCube?
Wii.
Good. That's the better version.
And a whole story about that too, but...
Okay. Is it on your list?
It is.
Okay, so...
I'm going to save it.
Yeah, okay. Sounds good.
I have a lot to say about the game.
I will say, like, my least favorite part of that game is the intro again. I feel like the entire opening of that game takes way too long. That's way too handholdy.
That's one thing I have to agree about that game.
But once you get past the Lake Temple, I say that's where the game is. It becomes just better than Ocarina in every way.
You don't like the Forest Temple?
I feel the Forest Temple is... I'm talking about just like the period from like the opening of the game to like a little bit of the end, like the end of the Forest Temple, and then there's a little bit afterwards still kind of handholdy. Once you get there, then it's pretty much
you hit,
open.
the stride.
Yeah, then it hits its stride, and it is just... I love the mechanic of switching between the Wolf and Link. I think it's so cool.
Oh yeah.
I think it goes off the Zelda, the Link to the Past mechanic of like Light World, Dark World, but it does it in kind of a different way where instead of changing the world, you change yourself. Mind you, the wolf doesn't get as much play in the second half, but I think that's okay, honestly.
Yeah.
I feel like then once you're into the second half of the game, it really, I mean, there's still puzzles that use it, but it's definitely not as used, but I think it's fine because then, you know, you're getting all these weapons. Oh my God. All the items are the coolest items in the series.
Oh yeah. It's the hook shot and then you get the double hook shot.
No. It's not a hook shot. It's better. It's the claw shot.
That's right.
Because it's so cool seeing Link with these two like claw shots. She's Spider-Man. The ball and chain is cool because you don't, in 3D Zeldas, you very rarely get just weapons for your item, you know? Like you can use the ball and chain in combat, you know?
Yeah.
I feel like the spinner could have been done a bit better. Because it really feels like, aside from the things on the walls, you can't use it. But you can still use it for combat, and when you use it, it's cool. The Dominion Rod leads to so many cool stuff with getting the statues moving and all that. Really creative puzzles. The Hawkeye is awesome. Become a sniper.
I never used that much
when
I played it. Yeah.
Hawkeye plus bomb arrows is the best.
I don't think I only used it when I needed it. For like
really?
Treasures?
Really?
Yeah. I
loved using the bomb arrows. Bomb arrow sniping was so fun. There's, I don't know, just, and like the tone I felt was that perfect mix of like the kind of dark that was Majora's Mask mixed with the kind of light whimsicalness of Zelda as a whole, you know?
Ocarina?
Yeah, I'd say Ocarina.
Yeah.
But you know what the best part is? No Tingle.
He is in the game.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is.
Where?
In the carnival.
No, he's not.
Dressed up?
That's not him.
That's his incarnation of him.
Oh my God, it's not him though.
It's not him, but that's his incarnation of him.
No. I don't know. No, he's not in the game.
He is.
No, he's not.
I played HD and I'm like, oh, that's Tingle.
It's no.
That's Twilight Princess Tingle right there.
No.
That's cool.
I hate it. I hate Tingle.
Why do you hate Tingle?
Tingle's so stupid. He's like, it's like the people who like Waluigi because, oh, look, I'm so wacky. I like Waluigi. Woo-hoo-hoo. Shut up.
He did play a big part in Majora's Mask, though.
Not really. You shot him down and he gives you... He's more of a character in Wind Waker.
Fair enough.
And honestly, Wind Waker Tingle I don't hate too much. It's the red-faced, like, regular, like, Tingle I hate. Wind Waker Tingle I have no issues with. I actually like the design for Wind Waker Tingle. Tingle. Yeah. I hate
the rosy
cheek Majora Mask Tingle. My body writhes when I think about him.
I love Tingle. I don't know. Like when he was put in High Warriors, I was freaking out.
I actually hate him in that game too.
He's more. I can understand.
He sucks.
He's such a shitpost character in that game.
Sucks. When people wanted him in, I'm like, no. And then they put him in his DLC, and I'm like, that could have been anyone better. Oh God, I hate him.
Final bosses.
Okay. That's a great final boss.
I'm saving everything because
all I'm gonna say though is I'm gonna admit to it. First time I played, I used the fishing rod.
Oh damn it, Tanner!
Look, I was a kid, okay. Also, okay. One other thing I really like is it's also another Zelda that has a lot of sort of not really post game, but kind of like big secrets that you really want to work towards, like the magic armor.
Oh,
like it's not something you need for the game, but when you work towards it, you feel like you're trying to get something, you know. And even though it's kind of useless, but it's cool to have, you know.
Gives reason to have rupees.
Yeah, right.
In the game.
I think there's a lot of cool stuff in that game. I love it. I think it's awesome. I mean, hey, we're still using the designs from it for Smash Bros. You know, like I like the designs that they went for with it. I mean, I feel like that is the Zelda. At this point, like, even though it's like the only non-blonde Zelda,
I think it's my favorite Link tunic too, with like the chainmail.
I could see that.
Yeah,
no, I could see that. Yeah, okay, if we're talking like the iconic tunics, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, I really like Twilight Princess. I think there was a period where it became the game to crap upon, but that's just the Zelda cycle. It really feels like the Zelda cycle is so real. It's like, you know, it goes from this game's the new hotness to this game sucks. I wonder if it'll work for Breath of the Wild.
That's what I was thinking.
I honestly think it will. I think we'll get, you know, Zelda timepiece of Orphinion or something, and people will be like, wow, this makes Breath of the Wild looks like Breath of the Mild. Whoa. You know, it's like I don't know. Zelda cycle sucks, but I like it. I never stopped liking it, honestly. Mm-hmm. I have a friend who hates it, and you know why?
Why?
He cannot play the game because he is so repulsed by the NPC design. Like all the villagers and like the one guy with like the nose that's like up on his forehead.
Oh yeah,
like little short manlet guy. And
then those clowns by the at Lake Hylia.
I mean, there's also like Mallow.
Mallow
in general, he's just a baby who's like, pay me. It's like Mallow's kind of creepy, but in a good way.
Yeah.
So, but then if you shoot the slingshot at him, his head goes boom. Great. No, I like it.
I have a lot to say about the game, which I'm going to hold.
Fair enough. All right.
Where it's on my list.
What's your number 4?
My number 4 is Wind Waker.
Hey, no arguments here, bud. Actually, I'm a little surprised it's this low.
Yeah, but there's a reason why.
Okay, you're gonna have to tell me. Original or HD? They're quite different.
I'm going to have to say HD.
Okay.
It's just a better game.
Yeah. I mean, well, because it gets rid of the worst part of the game, which was the Triforce quest,
and you can sail faster.
Yeah, that's true. Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah.
I really like the aesthetic of the game. It's like one of the best aesthetically pleasing games ever, I think. The opening, I think, is well done. I think it doesn't take too long.
Oh, no. I honestly, now I'm thinking about it, I think that's one of the ones that almost... Okay, well, no, because the first trip to the Forsaken Fortress I'm not a fan of.
Oh yeah, that part. But like I'm talking about outside island.
Yeah, no. I really actually, because it's on the island, I excuse the whole "you're trapped in this area" thing. Because it's an island. It's not like, you know, the freaking Fado over there and he's like, no, sorry, Link, you can't leave. You know, or it's not like, you know, Link, don't go this way. We have to lock it because there's monsters, even though you have a horse that can jump the gate. You know, it's like, yeah, no, it's on an island. Yeah. It makes sense why you can't really leave.
Just like swim away.
Yeah, you know, no, for sure.
I really like, just the outside island itself is like really cool because like you go back there like almost late game and there's like a not a god, but like...
It's a god, isn't it?
Oh, I think it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's just like chilling on the
underside. No, he's just chilling there.
And like going up to the woods at the top. And then the story, I think, is like one of the better Zelda stories.
Yeah, for sure.
With like having to rescue Errol.
Yep.
And then it like slowly turns into like a bigger picture type thing.
Yep. I love the Ganondorf in this one.
I don't see why he's so loved in like his incarnation in Wind Waker.
Really?
Yeah.
I just love the fact that number one, he succeeds. He floods Hyrule.
Yeah.
Number two, he's just an old guy who's just kind of like, cause I'd say he was in about his 30s in maybe 20s or 30s in Ocarina of Time, for physical body at least. Mm-hmm. And then this one, it really feels like he's like 40s or even 50s. And he's just like, come on. I beat the hero once. Like and he's big and he's in the kimono and he feels way more imposing.
Yeah, because I'm looking at your figure right now.
Yeah, he's awesome. He's so imposing. And he almost
I don't doubt I'm not saying he's imposing, he's just like not my favorite Ganondorf, is it?
Really? See, I actually going back to a bit for Twilight Princess. I'm not the biggest fan of Twilight Princess Ganondorf.
Really?
I don't like his dumb hairpiece.
I like it.
The circle thing and then like the braids. And I don't like how he goes from brown skin and then a Wind Waker, it's like brown skin. And then for Twilight Princess, it's like green. It's like a green kind of sickly. I think
that lends itself more to the art style than anything.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. No, I love the Ganondorf in that one.
And I think we didn't talk about it in the previous ones, but the music.
I'm gonna be really honest. I'm gonna be super frank with you. Reminding me about Wind Waker Ganondorf and the fact that he's going to be in Hyrule Warriors Definitive Edition is
my god, I just remembered that.
Making me go, I need to get Hyrule Warriors Definitive Edition because I want to play in HD as Wind Waker Ganondorf because okay, be honest.
It is
so
cool.
So like the Wind Waker Ganondorf, but looking a bit more thin and in the art style of Hyrule Warriors, it's so good. Okay, you reminded me. Now I have to get that game. I hate you.
Yes, got you on my side. But the music, I think.
Oh my god.
We have my god. Like one of the best soundtracks, Zelda soundtracks, I think. If not the best.
I'd say it's the best.
The best.
I'd say it's the best. I'm thinking
of the main theme right now.
You're thinking of the main theme. I'm thinking of the
not the boss theme, but like battle theme.
I'm thinking of like the sailing theme. I'm thinking of Outset Island. I'm thinking of
Goma's battle theme.
Yeah, Dragon Roost.
Dragon Roost.
Dragon Roost is oh my god. Yeah, no. Okay, now I'm kind of regretting not putting Wind Waker up on my list.
It's not on your list?
Whoops.
Really?
It's not. And I guess it comes down to, well, one thing is I was right at the Triforce quest, and then my Wii U hard drive died.
Oh,
so like that really bummed me out. And so yeah. But that game's awesome.
The exploration is just like between like the long sailing periods, which are much more better in HD.
But even still, like even because I did play a bit of the original actually. In the bits I played of the original, I didn't mind it. I loved the feeling of sailing and being on the adventure.
I did play the one on GameCube, but I don't remember it as much as I do with HD.
I mean, I definitely know the HD version. Like you go faster. Like oh my god, that's nice. But at the same time, I didn't hate the long stretches and the because there's stuff to do while you're sailing. You'll see stuff and you'll go to it and
like barrels and like you could like little races you can go.
Yeah, it's great. No,
boss wise, I think there are amazing bosses in that game. Now thinking of music, the Temple of the Gods boss. The hands?
Oh, you mean Yeah, that
every Zelda boss ever.
No, not the Zelda boss. The Nintendo boss. It's in
boss.
Mario. It's in Kirby. It's in Zelda. It's in Nier. Like, it's in everything.
Oh, the Forest Temple boss. The Forest Temple, all of it, I loved.
Who's the Forest Temple boss again?
It was the plant that you could kill in one hit with the fairy water. That was recently
discovered. I don't remember that, but
he has like a color palette in Hyrule Warriors for Lana. I
think. Isn't it Kale Demos?
Kale Demos.
Yeah.
Dun, 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 yeah. Music. Yeah, I really liked him because he was like, I think it was more of like one of the more creative bosses in that game.
That game in general,
it's just so good.
And I just find it interesting that at the time people didn't like it because it wasn't.
Oh yeah,
it wasn't the edgy sort of HD Zelda that they wanted. Because I remember, you know what people called it? Zelda. Because it's cell shaded. They're like, oh, this should be Zelda, not Zelda.
I wasn't a part of the Zelda fandom at that time.
I only knew because I got Nintendo Power and I read about people hating it.
Hyrule Castle and like all that.
It
was legit. Like the first time I went in there when it was like all frozen and that music, it was like legitimately like unsettling.
I love how they handle the link to older Zelda games. Like it's not explicit really. Like it's not, whoa, this is this. It used to be this. It's like you have to try to guess for yourself. Like it doesn't say that the Rito are descendants of the Zora really. Mm-hmm. But you have you through reading like the context clues and reading into characters, you learn that,
Yeah.
It doesn't say that the Kokiri changed into the, what are they? The Korok. Yeah. They don't really say that.
Yeah.
But you have to get that through the story, Yeah. And I like that. I like that a lot.
I like the story, how it like evolved, like I said, how it evolves into this bigger, like you're part of something bigger type thing.
Yeah.
With like Tetris, Zelda. Spoilers.
It's not spoilers. It's not spoilers. It's like Sheik is Zelda. It's not spoilers anymore.
Yeah. Helmarock King. He's really cool.
Oh, his design is still terrifying to me, honestly. Like really? I think it's the way when he flips his like wings up and like feathers fly out and you see his tail flipping everywhere. I remember as a kid, playing the Wind Waker demo disc. My friend got it with his GameCube, and we would play it. And you would just play the intro. And when you have to look up with the telescope and see rock coming down, the Helmarock King, I remember being terrified. I'm like, "What? This huge bird! It stole my sister!" And it's like, it's great. I mean, it's not an original boss because it was in another Zelda game.
Was it?
The Rock? Yeah.
Oh yeah. It was one of the.
It's one of the 2D ones, yeah.
Mine's going to Link's Awakening?
I don't know. I'll have to check. Well, whatever.
Yeah.
But no, it's like, but it's still, that's such a good,
and then
such a good boss.
The final act of that game is amazing too.
I love the final boss battle.
Yeah. Before like the one we're thinking of, but like Puppet Ganon.
Puppet Ganon's real cool because I mean that game doesn't have
the part where like
Ganon per se, Ganon battle. But I feel like that's a good alternative too.
I like when like you walked in the room and it's like Zelda's laying in the bed and Ganon just like standing there.
Yeah,
I was like, and then like he like started like turning into Puppet Ganon. That was creepy. There's a lot of creepy things in that game despite its art style.
The Redeads.
Oh, the Redeads.
Don't use hook shots on him. You know what it does?
What?
You pull him towards you and they scream immediately. It's the worst.
But then the final battle when Hyrule's, or like the bottom part of Hyrule is flooding, and
it's great.
Like, you have anything to say on that?
No, not really.
No,
I just think it's awesome. I don't have much to say other than it's awesome. I like the legacy left behind. I like how even now we're seeing like for example the king in Breath of the Wild, how he looks like. Oh, yeah. He looks like, because like even though the game had kind of a cartoony art style, you think they're gonna add a costume for the king in Zelda and Hyrule Warriors?
Maybe
that'd be cool.
That would be cool.
I think I'll save that for Hyrule Warriors too, honestly. But no, it's like there's some really cool stuff with like even though we've moved past the really cartoony art style of it, we're still getting those designs.
Yeah,
you know.
I feel like Wind Waker like really induced like really emphasized like the royal part of
yes,
like the legacy.
Yeah, because before that, you really don't get anything about the king at all.
No.
Like, I'm trying to think. You know what? The only time we really got it was in the Zelda cartoon. Like, really.
Yeah.
And I hey, Zelda CDI, my boy. This is the peace all true warriors strive for. I wonder what's for dinner. Yeah.
But yeah, that's my number 4.
Okay.
Number 3.
Number 3 is Zelda CDI. I'm just kidding. My number 3 is Minish Cap.
Really?
I love Minish Cap.
I really like it too, but it's not in my list.
Really? Okay, yeah, no. I just feel like Minish Cap was... Because after... Like, we had Capcom... Because Capcom made it. They worked on the... They didn't do Link's Awakening, but they did do Oracle of Ages and Oracle of Seasons.
Yeah.
And then they did the Game Boy Advance port of Link to the Past. And then they did the Four Swords mode in Link to the Past.
Mm-hmm. Yes, it did.
So, after that, the Nintendo's like, okay, now let's let you make your own Zelda game. And I feel like they do stuff that is so uniquely Capcom almost, like stuff that wouldn't be really done by Nintendo. Like the I feel like the Kinstone fusing.
Yeah, that was really unique
is such a unique thing with like Capcom's idea of, you know, the collect and trade aspect of the Game Boy Advance, you know, with like, it reminded me a lot of like the Battle Network stuff. The items are awesome.
What do you think of like the
gimmick?
Kind of the loot box system in the game?
Loot box system?
With the figurines?
Oh, I feel people went way too far with that. People are like, oh, I have to get all the figurines. And it's like, you don't have to. It's not that necessary. I thought it was a nice, like, Smash Bros. Style gallery thing.
Yeah.
I feel people went above and beyond with trying to be like, oh, looks like I gotta get everything. It's like, you don't have to. Like, that game's the worst to complete. And it's like, that. I don't say that's completing.
What do you think about the opening of the game?
I love the opening, and I love
you go to the fair.
The fair Zelda? With Zelda. It's very Chrono Trigger. But I love how Link is. They're like friends to start off with, you know, and it really started. I think that was like the first game where it starts with Link and Zelda as just friends.
I think so. Yeah.
Like every other one, you know, it's usually, you know, there's some meeting or they don't know each other. But this one, it establishes they know each other already. They're already, you know, in this thing together. I'm not a big fan of the fact that Zelda gets turned to stone and is pretty much out of commission for the whole game. But I also like how they took the Wind Waker art style and totally adapted it for it being in 2D.
Yeah, it's really cool.
It's cool. I like the character of Elzo.
Yeah, I was going to ask him.
He's snarky, and I love him. He really feels like an extra snarky version of Midna, but he's also just a duck. Like, he's just a duck cap. I love the idea of taking Link's hat and saying, like, what if the hat could talk? You know?
Like Cappy.
Like, yeah, kind of. Yeah. I feel like Cappy and... Cappy and... Is it Els? I thought it was Eslo. Elzo or Eslo?
Eslo.
Either way. Either way. I feel like they'd get along fine. One thing I really liked is the conclusion of that game is stressful.
I don't remember it too well.
Okay, so number one, the villain's Vaati.
I think my headcanon right now is like Vaati was Demise's original form before he decided on Ganon.
Yeah.
Because it took place before Ocarina.
Yep.
Right? So,
and it's all about the making of the Forest Sword and the original sealing of Vaati away. And no, I definitely think that it's really cool to have. Like, I know people are like, why are you explaining this like weird filler villain, if you will? But I think it's nice to have another villain sometimes. You know, it doesn't need.
He's no Majora.
He's no Majora, but it's nice to have another villain to go to. But that game's conclusion, where literally, there's literally you have about 4 rooms of enemies, and as you're fighting, you hear a bell ring every minute or so. And on the 3rd ring, it's a game over if you don't get to Vaati quick enough.
Really?
Yeah. And I remember doing this and being so like... Because then if you don't, then Zelda dies. And that's it. And it's like game over. And I remember it was stressful, but I was hyped up and like, gotta do this, you know? And the cool thing is with that one, even though it like... It was about the creation of the Force Sword, and you had to go get the 4 elements and stuff. And there's some really cool stuff with where you could then, once you get the Force Sword, you'd be able to clone Link and do puzzles with cloned Links. Like you would stretch them out and stuff, and there'd be 4 of them. There's some really cool stuff with that. And I find it really interesting that somehow this game knew about the Skyward Sword people before Skyward Sword, because there was the Sky Tribe and the whole ruins in the sky.
But that's also in Twilight Princess.
Is it?
Yeah. You don't remember that?
Yeah, but Minish Cap came before Twilight Princess.
Oh, yeah.
So,
you're
like...
talking about... Yeah.
So I just find it interesting, like, this game started this talk about, there's, like, people in the sky and ruins in the sky, and it's like, where'd those come from? Well, now we know.
Yeah.
One thing I really liked about the game, too, is it was very, like, cameo-heavy.
There were a lot of...
For instance, it's there's a weird overlay between Mario and Zelda enemies, like Goombas in Link's Awakening. But in this one, you fight Lakidus in the sky. In the sky area, you can fight Lakidus, and I don't know, there's just a lot of really cool stuff in that game.
I think the temples are really unique.
Yeah, because with the shrinking mechanic, you get some really cool stuff where it's like, who's this boss? It's just a regular sized enemy you have to fight while you're small. The choo-choo, right? So, no, I love that game. It's
that game was really creative.
It was one that I, as a kid, I mean, this list is not objective. It really comes down to what we played at a time. And, as a kid, I actually borrowed it from a friend. And so, this game for me was, a game where I'm like, I want to play Zelda. And I played this. I'm like, I'm loving this. So, I love that game.
What do you think of the final boss?
I think it's awesome. I think seeing Vaati go from kind of a human-sized Vaati that we sort of, look at and see, and that's, when you look at art of Vaati, that's what you get.
Yeah.
And then he sort of becomes this taller, kind of more imposing mage, and then finally by the end, he's the giant eyeball thing, and you have to...
Thing.
Yeah, I think it's really great. I loved it. It's a good game.
I don't remember it being difficult.
I remember it being hard because of the time limit, not so much the health-wise. So
I played Minish Cap all the way through on my Game Boy Micro I had.
You had a Micro?
I still have it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I was really bad for until the 3DS. I would only get one version of a system each time. So I only had the original Game Boy Advance. Huh. So I played everything on that. Never had an SP.
Really?
Never had an SP.
Wow.
So, yeah. I actually played a lot of them on my GameCube too, because I had the Game Boy player.
Oh, okay,
so, yeah.
So, anything else on Minish Cap?
Nope, it's a good game. I mean, I will say it's not as memorable for music at all. But I liked what it did. I want to see more. I want to see more companies try their hand at Zelda.
Yeah,
I feel like there's so many ways that they could do it, which are interesting. Like big companies, make Sega or Square Enix make their own Zelda. That would be
wicked,
right? Yeah. So I don't know. I like it.
All right.
Your number 3.
Number 3. The only 2D Zelda game on my list.
Oh.
Is Link Between Worlds.
Only 3?
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead.
Is it on your list?
Oh, yep.
All right. Well, I think it is the definition of 2D Zelda for me. I believe it is just.
I'll wait till I get to my entry for it. So go ahead.
I think the whole beginning is really well done. I don't remember it too well. You're gonna have to fill me in on some of the.
Remember, you have to go and deliver the sword.
Right. Yes.
And it plays a song that is nowhere else in the game.
But that song's amazing.
It's a good song.
I love that song. I think because I didn't really play Link to the Past.
But you don't need to for this one, which is nice.
I like how it's it's confirmed a sequel. It's in the same.
Oh yeah, no, it is the same world. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not just coincidentally the same. Yeah, no, it's a sequel.
Yeah, it's I think the story the story is really cool too. With Yuga. Yuga's amazing, I think. I think he's one of the best villains.
Yeah, another good not again in substitute, but another good, because remember, Ganon's still in the game.
Oh yeah, he is.
So yeah.
Right. I'm trying to think. When do you get the Master Sword? Halfway through the game?
Yeah, it's at the midpoint always.
Okay.
You always get the Master Sword before you it's always 3, Master Sword 7.
Right. And then the dungeon. I think the dungeons were cool. The Thief's Hideout was a standout.
Mm-hmm.
No, not the escort mission though.
I didn't find the escort mission bad.
I wasn't a fan of it, but
I find 2D escort missions way easier than 3D ones though.
Oh yeah,
because you can always see where they are. It's not like they go behind a corner and you can't see them.
It's not like the Rudo and Ocarina of Time.
I hate that. Why'd you remind me? That's the point where I stop playing every time I get to it. I just don't want to carry her. Just walk, you hussy. Go ahead.
I'm just trying to think. Like the what's the Dark World called?
Low roll.
Low roll, yes.
Like, come on, it's the best pun ever. It's a pun so good. Just like I think a couple months before its release, the Wonderful 101 made that exact joke before it came out or before its announcement. I remember because you play it. It's like the Adventures in Low Roll, and people were like, "Nice Zelda reference," and then it's like, "Oh, by the way, we're adding Low Roll into Zelda." And it's like, "Oh, now it's copyright."
The main gimmick in the game with the going to the walls and like going through dimensions and all that, I think was really cool. It really opened up like the difference in puzzles. Mm-hmm. It set it apart from Link to the Past, and it made because all the dungeons were pretty much the same, right?
Kind of.
I'm remembering the tower one.
Yeah, Tower of Hera was in it before too. Yeah,
and with the 2D parts.
Yeah,
it was really cool. Ravio,
great character.
Love him. Spoilers?
I feel that's almost new enough that because it's getting a Nintendo Selects release. Remember,
right?
So let's maybe not do the spoilers on that one.
Okay.
That's pretty new.
Bosses. We already kind of talked about the bosses in Link to the Past.
Yeah, because a lot of them are similar, but like remixed.
Yeah.
Which is cool.
Yeah, it's cool. Can't really talk about the final boss then, because it is a big spoiler. I feel like the end of that game is a lot of story stuff.
Let's just say the final boss fight is
good.
There you go.
It's I think it's one of the better almost said it there. One of the better...
I already said Ganon's in the game, so...
One of the better Ganon boss fights in 2D Zelda.
Yep.
There's one more thing I wanted to bring up. I can't remember it.
Oh, maybe we'll get to it when I do my spiel on it. Yeah. So, all right, that was number...
3 for me?
Number 3. So number 2 for me is Breath of the Wild.
Really?
Yeah.
I might as well say this too. It is also my number 2.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Well, now I'm really intrigued on what your number 1 is going to be. Wait, I know. And now you know my number 1 also. Yeah, okay. I honestly feel like what is there that has to be said about Breath of the Wild? Other than Breath of the Wild is so wildly different from other Zelda games, it really almost is weird to compare them.
It is.
But that's
it still
good.
Has like those threads of Zelda in it.
Yeah, and I just feel like going forward, I do want to see a bit more of the Zelda-y formula brought back, like with temples and definitely more variance in the bosses.
What I want from Breath of the Wild 2 or something is that emphasize the dungeons, and shrink the overworld. Whereas they expanded the overworld and shrunk the dungeons. Thing.
I definitely was a bit disappointed when every boss was technically kind of the same.
When I first started it, I went. Which one did you go to first?
Zora.
I went to Gerudo first.
Okay.
I think that was a bit of a mistake on my part because that was the best part of the game for me, I think.
Really?
I loved it. I felt like the beginning part where you had to like go through the Oasis part.
Okay, yeah.
And, find the male Gerudo who's trying to get into Gerudo Town. And
That's not a male Gerudo.
Whatever
That's just a cross-dresser. He's just a dude.
He's just a Hylian?
Yeah. He's just a Hylian.
Really?
There's no male Gerudos.
Right.
There's none. And when one is born every 1,000 years, it's kind of a horrifying thing where he becomes a demonic evil dude. It's like, oh god, what have we done?
Oh, what am I thinking then?
He's just a Hylian cross-dresser.
Yeah. And then when you get in there, I think Gerudo Town is my favorite town as well.
Oh, yeah. No, that place is awesome.
There's just so many, like, things to, like, explore. And, like, even if it's just, like, one level.
Yeah.
Then on a literal desert. I feel like the old desert area is really well done, too.
I'd say so. Yeah, for sure.
Molduga is, like, an amazing boss.
Is he a boss?
Yeah. He's one of the overworld bosses. Molduga?
Oh, I guess. Okay, yeah. He's... I put him more as a hard encounter in the overworld.
I see, like, anyone with bars are bosses.
So you'd say Hinox is a boss?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not saying he's a hard boss.
Yeah, I guess.
But he's a boss.
I guess. Okay.
But, like, when I was, like, on the standstill, like, just, like, cruising, and then you just hear that music.
Yeah, no, fair enough.
And then just, like, spinning. Like, it was really cool. Like, I think it was the best overworld boss, I think.
Yeah. No, I'd say so, yeah.
Yeah. And then with the Yiga, that, like, kind of subplot.
I hated the Yiga stealth section.
I got through there the first time.
I wanted to die. That section was the worst. Literally every single thing you do gets a dude looking at you, and it's like, I hate this. Oh, that section sucked butts.
Well, from, like, all that Gerudo stuff, I felt like it was going to be, like, that, like, much content for each, section, I guess.
There's a lot in each of the other towns.
I feel like Rito's not that much.
You
go see the
Rito. Okay, Rito was my last one. So after that, I was straight to Ganon. So I didn't touch anything in the Rito.
Yeah. Well, because you just go see what's his name, the archer.
Oh, yeah, Rivali or whatever.
Rivali's descendant.
Yeah, I don't know his name. He's pretty forgettable.
Yeah.
Honestly, all the descendants kind of are. Except for Sidon.
And Unibo.
Who?
Unibo.
Who's that?
The really bad voice acted Goron.
Oh, God, yeah. Oh, I hated him. You remembered his name?
Yeah.
Wow. That's weird.
Why?
I don't know. Like, other than Sidon, I don't know any of the younger ones.
I like the girl, the Gerudo girl.
Is she?
She's.
I guess. Okay, yeah, no, she's good. I know who. Wait, her daughter?
I believe so.
I don't think so.
Wouldn't that make sense?
No, 'cause she wasn't the queen of the Gerudo, was she?
Yeah.
Was she? I don't know.
Are you talking about Urbosa or?
Urbosa wasn't the queen, was she? Because it's 100 years. It had to be her grandma.
No, she is, because like they showed that off a bit in Champions Ballot.
Okay, yeah. And I haven't touched Champions Ballot yet, so.
Which makes the game even better.
So, no, but like, I don't know what has to be said other than I do hope going forward it does get a bit more Zelda formula-ish.
I felt like the series needed this, though.
It needed this, yes. Yeah, for sure. And
after Skyward Sword, it was getting kind of like...
Skyward Sword is not on my list for a good reason.
It's not on mine, but I still like it.
Oh.
I still like it.
Skyward Sword has good characters and a good story, but why did you make the main gameplay be not responsive and not good? And like even compare using the bow in Skyward Sword to Twilight Princess. In Twilight Princess, it's literally you point at the screen and where you point is where you shoot.
Yeah.
In Skyward Sword, if I'm pointing completely sideways, Link will start facing forwards. And then from there, as you move it, it aims him, and it's the worst thing ever. Let me do my light gun shooting again. I haven't played
it since like 2011. So.
It got me so mad, it has stuck with me how that felt.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
No. Twilight Princess on the Wii is better than Skyward Sword. Fight me, internet.
Back to Breath of the Wild. I felt like the Divine Beasts were okay.
I
get why they are the dungeons in the game, but like I felt like they could have like put some creativity.
I feel like if they would have taken the exact same layouts but gave it another coat of paint, as in made
thinking,
it look like, make it look like this is the grass dungeon.
Stuff.
Yeah. And this is, you go inside. Oh, now you're in like a VR of this is what this dungeon looks like, something like that. Yeah, definitely. They were kind of samey for that. The puzzles in them were fun though. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
And I definitely enjoyed, it was a very non-linear way to go about them too. You could kind of jump from level to level. You can kind of find alternate ways to get up places. And I mean, that's all Skyward Sword. I mean, not Skyward Sword. Breath of the Wild's MO, but like, I felt like they were done pretty well. The only thing is, I definitely like once you got to like your last one, it definitely felt like, I feel like no matter which one you do last, it's gonna feel like, okay, let's get this over with.
I think Rito was my last.
I think Rito was my last too. Yep.
Yeah. The bosses in the Ganons.
So
I think they were. I really liked. Thunderblight guy.
Thunderblight is definitely, they were hard.
Yeah.
Which I think is very welcome, because most Zelda bosses are not.
The game itself was hard.
Yes.
Side note, Great Plateau, the best part of that game, I think.
What? No. Great Plateau is baby steps. Great Plateau is,
but like,
here's
nothing, right?
Here's a little sampler of everything. We're getting you ready. We're getting you ready. And then once you're out and you can go anywhere.
It's the most focused part of the game, I feel.
I mean, I guess. I don't know. I didn't like the whole, hey, look, go to these 3 shrines and we'll get your parts and then come back here.
The old man was in the cave and like it was just a homage to Zelda 1.
Yeah, that was nice. But then I honestly would have liked the old man to go away and just let me play. Like, I honestly would have loved to just jump off the plateau and go. Like, right from the start.
No, I wouldn't have liked that.
I don't know.
Been too much, like, I don't know what I'm doing. But
I really want that Zelda 1 experience of, here's a world, go. I love that.
That's what it pretty much does after the Great Plateau.
Yeah, but you have to go through the whole Great Plateau.
You have to. There's like modern game design you need in there.
You don't need any modern game design. Modern game design is bad. Modern game design is we're worried that players will be scared if we don't tell them what to do, and then they'll sell the game to EB Games.
They kind of don't.
We don't want that.
Don't tell.
It's scary. They do, because you can't go off without doing it. You can't go out of there without doing it.
But I mean, like, once you're out in the Great Plateau, it's like...
Like, I don't hate the Great Plateau, but I would have preferred if it was an optional area still.
It was the beginning part of the game, like how like every other Zelda game is, right?
Not Zelda 1.
Oh, God. Zelda 1 was bad.
Zelda 1 is the start of the series. I wasn't going to say it's great. It's not 100% true.
Back to bosses. What were you going to say about the bosses?
Again, I thought they were cool, but I wish they were something else other than the same looking kind of, like, when I first heard they're all different types of Ganons, I'm like, whoa, that's cool. I wanted big pigmen type things. Yeah. And it's like they're just kind of fleshy, darky guardian things, and they have masks, and I'm like, that's okay. It's not the best.
I get why.
I get why, and honestly, that design of Ganon, while not looking like Ganon really at all, is freaking awesome.
Holy crap.
It's terrifying.
And when I finished it the second time, I'm like, that's not even like him, like when he's... He didn't even have time to rebuild.
No, he's kind of an early born fetus, really. He's kind of like...
You can imagine him being like fully done.
God, it would have been cool. Yeah,
I don't want to go too deep into that because spoilers, but...
well, it's not real spoilers to say Ganon's freaking awesome in that.
But like, I'm talking about like, final.
After that, I thought that was lame.
I liked it.
I thought it was lame.
I liked it, like the dialogue, Zelda.
Oh no, the dialogue and the story for that is awesome.
What it meant.
I would have liked that part though to be a challenge.
That would have been awesome.
Because he stands there. There's no time limit. You can't die, pretty much. His one attack is a laser that goes straight from his mouth up the ground, and that's it.
Okay.
And like that's it. That's all he can do, really.
Okay. I really want to talk about the story, so maybe you can put like a spoiler warning in like the thing.
I mean, well, not a spoiler warning. Just say a spoiler warning right now. Just skip ahead if you're not. I mean,
but they won't know where to skip ahead.
Fine. Okay,
just a little bit more work.
Okay, I'll say when the spoilers are starting. I'll write it down right now.
Okay.
Spoilers.
Spoiler warning right now.
Okay.
We're going to start it right now. Okay. Okay. So when after the first phase of the fight, which is amazing.
Yes.
Full reign on spoilers now. The second half of that boss fight was challenging, I think.
I felt they were both challenging, the first and second phases.
I mean, like, you kind of, like, get rid of the majority of the first phase. If you get
right. Yeah. Like, that's true. No, you're right.
But, like at first I like, how the hell are you gonna, like, how are you supposed to hit him? And then the Guardian. On Master Mode, you have to be good at parrying.
Yes.
Because, yeah. We talked about it in a previous episode and all that, but, like, second part, Zelda's, like, Ganon, like, the evil demise part, like, Malice. The evil in Hyrule is, like, given up on reincarnation, and this is his last-ditch effort to kill you.
Yeah.
To, like, end your life and, like, take over Hyrule. And I thought that was, like, so cool, because it's, like, this is potentially, like, the last form of Ganon in the timeline. I love the timeline. So that's why I'm, like, talking about this.
Well, and especially because it's pretty much accepted that this is the convergence of all the timelines.
Yeah.
No matter what happens, the Zelda timeline leads to this.
Did we already talk about, like, the Breath of the Wild timeline placement?
No.
Because it's confirmed that it's, like, since it's, like, 10,000 years after everything else.
Yeah.
Everything else previously is, like, a folklore. Or, like, just, like...
Well, like, I mean, I actually, honestly, from day one of the game coming out, I was like, because this takes from everything, it's so far in the future, all Zelda timelines have to lead to it.
Yeah.
And I've always believed that. And people were like, no, but there's evidence that it's this place or this place.
I thought it was in the child era for a while, like after Majora.
No.
But no, it's like...
The fact that there's Koroks there mean it's far enough in the future.
And Rito and Zora.
That they've...
both resurfaced species or something.
Well, it's just because, like, there was no reason for the Zoras to evolve otherwise, you know?
Yeah.
So it's like, so they're both there, you know, divergence. Like, it just makes sense that it's all combined together.
Yeah. I feel like, I think Ganon should be done.
You think so?
I think so. I think we've got enough of Ganondorf. I think we can, like, find, like, another main villain.
Sure.
I think this was a good wrap-up of Ganon. This was, like, he wasn't, like, the most, like, Ganon.
He's quite opposite from the Wind Waker Ganon.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
But I feel like he's, like, but at this point in, like, the timeline, he's so, like, down and, like, he's put in so much effort and he's, like, destroyed.
No,
and, like,
fair enough.
Fair enough. It's just, like, last-ditch effort. Let's kill Link. Doesn't work.
Fair enough.
I like the, what do you think about the ending?
I'm just trying to remember really what the ending was.
Well, they, Link and Zelda, like, just said, "Do you remember me, Link?" And it's like,
oh, right, yeah.
And then all the champions, the champion ghosts dissolve and
on. I liked it. I mean, I don't know. The
expanded ending was better.
Like when you got all the memories? Yeah, no, so I got that, because of course I got the memories.
I didn't get the first time.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know.
Literally, dude.
That's why I made sure, like, I got everything.
What? You had a weird first time playing the game. Yeah. That's weird.
At first, like, side thing again, I didn't really like Breath of the Wild first.
That's weird, because I loved it as soon as I touched it.
But when I played the second time, I fell in love with it, and that's number 2. That's why it's number 2.
No, like, I mean, honestly, for me, the story is not the reason why I like the game. I say 100% gameplay is why I love it, because it's like, like,
and there's the openness and, like,
it's great. Yeah,
like, you could just go that way.
It's the best open world game ever. For sure. Yeah. No, for sure.
I don't know how open world games are gonna beat this.
Well, I mean, they're gonna try and replicate it. Oh yeah, and they're gonna fail miserably.
I can't wait for the next Zelda game now.
It's gonna be great. No, for sure.
It's like really
okay. To be fair, I think a smaller scale 2D Zelda is gonna be next, because they're gonna need to plan the follow up to Breath of the Wild.
But I think there's some people online I read that, like, they kind of want a Majora's Mask type thing out of Breath of the Wild, like, keep it the same engine. But, like,
I'm fine with the same engine, but I don't want them to just reuse all the assets and...
Really?
No, I don't want them to reuse assets. Nintendo can make new assets. It's not the N64 anymore.
You want to wait another 5 years?
It doesn't take 5 years to make new models. If they use... I'm
talking about, like, a whole new Zelda game other than Breath of the Wild.
Oh, using the same engine. but they can make new models and everything.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Most of the time was spent on the alchemy engine, as they call it, making sure everything works with each other as it does.
Yeah.
It wasn't spent on working on the characters and story. All that time was on the engine. I thought you were
talking about like an entirely new like.
I mean, I want an entirely new Link and Zelda and everything, but I want it to be using the same engine.
Fair enough.
Yeah, no. I mean, I don't see why. I feel like if they were to do just a Majora's Mask style, we're reusing everything, that wouldn't go well over on the internet in 2018.
No, it wouldn't.
You know? So I feel like the best thing to do would be... Because then people would say, why isn't this just DLC? You know?
Yes. Yeah.
I feel like the best thing to do would honestly be to, like, yeah, keep the engine, but do it in a whole new story. Maybe, again, smaller map, bigger dungeons. Same engine, but different, you know?
Yeah. It's really interesting to see how the series is going to go from this.
So, question. Do you think they'll ever go back to the green tunic?
There is a green tunic.
Yes, there is. I never got it.
Yeah, I think it's...
How do you get it again?
You have to beat all the shrines. All at 120.
That's never happening for me.
But I think that Breath of the Wild tunic is my second favorite tunic.
Okay.
Down from... Because it's so reminiscent of Zelda 1.
Yeah, no, fair enough.
The shorts and like all that. By the way, spoilers are done.
Okay, yeah, we'll write that down.
Yeah, after that green tunic, I think that's a spoiler.
Yep, there you go. Oh, well, now you just said it. Okay, now they're done.
Spoilers done. Okay. Just wrapping up.
No, you talk about your number one now.
Number one? I thought you... Oh yeah, because you went for number two.
Yep.
Number one, I think now, or I know, is Twilight Princess.
Really?
Yes.
That's interesting.
That's why I was holding it so much back.
Wow, okay.
You were talking about Twilight Princess.
Okay, go ahead.
Because it was my first Zelda game. The story behind that, I was in Zellers when it was still a thing in Canada.
Oh yeah, before they got bought out by Target, and then Target's like, we're going to charge twice the price for everything and also have no stock on our shelves.
Yeah, I was going through the game aisle and I was looking at just new games. And then I see this Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess. I'm like, huh, this looks interesting. And then this random
Wait,
guy...
did you not know what Zelda was?
I honestly don't remember. I don't remember what Zelda was.
That's weird, because I knew what Zelda was a lot.
My childhood video game...
Oh, right, you were so Sony-related.
It's really murky. My head.
That's weird.
I don't remember.
Honestly, games for me were so clear thinking back. That's weird. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. This random guy's like, are you going to get that? I'm like, maybe. I was a little kid. He's like, it's honestly one of the best games I've ever played. And I'm like,
oh, be happy.
This guy convinced me to get this game.
Happy you didn't get a guy who says, yeah, it's about an 8.8. It's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. It's not as good as Ocarina.
So yeah, I picked it up. I went home, played it. I started it. I got into Ordon Village. I got to the cat side quest.
That's the wall for a lot of people.
That was my wall.
What? Was I solved that instantly as a kid.
I quit the game for months.
What?
I stopped playing it for months.
You just fish and you get him.
I know.
It's so easy.
I just couldn't figure it out. Because I was younger.
We're the same age. In fact, aren't you older than me?
Yes.
We played them at the same time.
I don't know then. I guess I wasn't that smart. But came back to it. I eventually figured it out. I think I searched up a guide because I'm an idiot.
Wow, for the cat. Okay, no, we're kids. We do weird stuff as kids. I have my own weird stories as a kid, so that's okay with games.
Yeah, I got past that and fell in love with the game after that. I think the dungeons are some of my favorite dungeons in the entire series.
Oh yeah.
One standout, I think it's my favorite dungeon in that game, is the ice, the snow
that
peak.
One's great because it's a house,
and there's such a darkness behind it that's not a part of Ganon. It's more almost domestic.
Wait, what? Are you talking about abuse?
No, not really. But
okay, when you say domestic darkness, I think does Yeto hit his wife?
No, I don't mean like that. But how the wife how screwed up she gets.
Yeah. Oh, that's when she first does the head thing. It's terrifying.
That boss was really cool. Bosses in the.
It was an easy boss though.
It was an easy boss,
but it was cool.
But like all the way leading up to the boss, like music wasn't really music, but it's like
yeah.
It's this really creepy dungeon, which is like why it's my favorite. The fire temple was really good, I think.
Remind me again what the fire temple is.
It's really like mechanical. It was more mechanical.
The Goron mines.
Yeah, the Goron mines.
Yeah, that's awesome. And use the magnet boots on the ceiling. Yeah, there's they're not magnet boots. They're just metal boots that you use with magnets. Like it's cool. Yeah, no, I remember that now.
Like Bit Temple. I wasn't really a fan of it at first, but I replayed it in HD.
Yeah.
And I actually dug it a lot more.
I love the boss. I love Morpheal.
Oh, Morpheal. Oh,
Morpheal is so cool.
And then the mini boss, the Toad.
I didn't find them Toad that.
But Morpheal was so cool.
Morpheal's awesome. We need more bosses versus giant hellfish.
Temple in the Sky, which is like, I think that's Skyloft.
Oh yeah, no, it's for sure.
Yeah. It was just the atmosphere. Atmosphere in all the dungeons were really like unique and like they really nailed it, and that's why it's my favorite Zelda game. Since like when I think Zelda, I think the dungeons.
Okay.
Which is why I didn't like Breath of the Wild at first.
Fair enough.
Until I like got used to it, but like yeah.
Opinion on Ilia.
She was alright, I think.
Right? Like, I really feel like they were building her up for the beginning, and then she's dropped off.
After Kakariko.
Yeah, no, because then she goes and nurses the Prince Zora back.
Yeah.
And then she's gone, pretty much.
Yeah. The Lost Woods in that game, I think, were really cool. It was with, like, the Skull Kid.
The Skull Kid. Yeah, no, that was cool.
Yeah, I really like that. What other dungeons were in there? I'm forgetting some of the labels.
What about just the Twilight Realm?
Oh.
That place was awesome.
Oh, are you talking about the dungeon or just, like, the realm?
Both.
I really like the realm. I think it was, like, really, like, a unique Zelda thing. And, like...
To go to another world and, like not just a world where it's, like, it's the regular world, but dark.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, no, this world,
really
things are
depressed.
Different.
We haven't talked about Midna.
I know. That's actually what I was going to go next. Midna is the best partner character. 100%.
She's awesome.
She's a snarkmeister, for sure. Also, she's hot. I mean,
her imp form? Or, oh god, Tanner.
Yes. Let's just say yes. Of course I mean the human form, you...
I know. Oh my god. We already talked about the wolf thing, but, like, I really dug the wolf part of the game. The whole atmosphere of that game was, like, incredible, I think. I think I like it a little bit more than Wind Waker.
Yeah.
Yeah. Before Final Boss, I'm trying to think if there's anything else I want to comment
Hyrule
on.
Castle was awesome in it.
Oh, yeah. We didn't talk about Hyrule Castle and Breath of the Wild, either.
Honestly, I find a Hyrule Castle and Breath of the Wild, I feel it's a little overhyped by people. It's cool, but I feel like the fact that you can kind of get to the boss chamber in a way that you miss everything
if you have
sucks.
If you have the Zora armor, you can just go up the waterfall.
Yeah, right? You miss everything. Yeah, it's that sucks.
But, like, when you first go there and, like, experience
No, that's what I did the first time.
Oh, you went there right away?
Well, yeah.
I didn't.
Because right as soon as I started the game, I'm like, I'm going to get every memory. Oh, and the one memory is in Hyrule Castle. So I'm like, okay, I'm going there. And so I went there and I'm like, oh, this is cool. And then I got it and then I left. But like, once I knew that path, I'm like, okay, well, that's it. I didn't get to see any of it, which sucked.
Fair enough.
But okay, back to
Hyrule. Oh yeah, I like the part. Like it's the final dungeon, but you like go around Hyrule Castle and King Bulbin.
Oh, King Bulbin's such an underrated character.
Yeah, he is.
I feel like the other like Resistance Fighters team, they're a little more. They're not the best.
I like how they contributed at the end.
Yeah, no, I like that they contributed. Yeah.
Yeah.
What about Shad? One of them's name is Shad.
Oh.
I just like the name Shad. It's pretty dope.
Are you talking about like the?
I don't know. One of them Shad. No, that's Barnes, the guy with the.
Barnes, that's right.
Barnes is him. No, Shad is I think the book smarts guy.
The characters in that game were really cool too.
Yeah, no,
I really like them. But Hyrule Castle, you have to like get all this stuff and.
Remember when Link looked at Telma's boobs? That was pretty
I remember.
good. That was pretty good.
But yeah,
I mean, they confronted him, so he had to, he had to...
Before how...
in that situation... No, go on. I destroyed your train of thought.
Yeah, you destroyed it. I'm really trying to get back on the tracks here.
The real final boss.
Oh, skipping the dungeon?
No, I was going to say the real final boss is Telma's boobs, but go ahead.
I don't think I really had like a big thoughts on Hyrule Castle.
I liked it. I thought it was cool because it was the first time where Hyrule Castle to me felt like a real castle. In Link to the Past, in even honestly Ocarina of Time, I felt like Hyrule Castle was just kind of a dungeon. It didn't feel like a castle. Then you go.
Oh yeah, because you enter it and then you can't like. There's the doors and
there's the doors and there's the fact that you're going through all these rooms that look like real royal it looks like a real castle, So I like that a lot.
Always,
yeah.
And then you go to the roof.
What about Midna's giant octopus form?
Oh my god, that was hype.
That's so good.
Just like before I talk about the final boss because I have some thoughts on that.
Yes, you do. You've told me before, but tell everyone.
But before that, like just the whole darkness aspect of the game. It's really...
I feel like it was done in a way, though, that wasn't, like, edgy dark. But kind of just a foreboding darkness. It didn't feel like it wasn't Shadow the Hedgehog, like...
No, but there was, like...
But it was, like,
There were, like, bright parts, and then there were, like, darker parts, and then there were, like, some sort of, like, really unsettling parts.
There were some scary parts.
Yeah. I really...
Oh, I never talked about my wall as a kid.
In Twilight Princess?
Yeah. Okay, so the Arbiter's Ground, Sand Dungeon.
Oh, we need Gerudo Desert in that game?
Oh, it's awesome.
Love it.
But especially, okay, one second, I just remembered. Hidden Village?
Oh my god.
Cowboy Western Shootout?
That was awesome.
That's pretty dope.
Everything in that game's awesome.
But so there's a room where it's like in the basement and there's quicksand everywhere. And what happens is you're walking and you have to be Wolf Link. Right? Yeah. Oh no, you have to be regular Link and you have to get through and you basically have to walk across the sand fast enough so you don't sink to get to the next safe area.
Yes.
But during that time, you start getting attacked by the rats that can only be seen in Link's Wolf Link's form.
Yeah.
Wolf Link's sense form, right?
Oh, you were getting like slowed down.
I did not know why Link would all of a sudden start acting like he's wearing the metal boots. And why Midna would freak the heck out while she was on Wolf Link. And I'm like, my game is broken. I'm getting attacked by enemies that don't exist. My characters can't walk anymore. Every time I go in this room, it takes about 15 seconds and everything stops working right. And I can't do this. And so I actually went to school and I was telling my friend, I'm like, I hate this. It sucks. My game's busted. Can I borrow your game? And he's like, well, where are you? And I'm like, oh, I told him the situation. He's like, dude, just use your sense to invisible rats. And I'm like, what part of invisible rats makes sense? And he's like, no, use the sense as Wolf Link. And I'm like, oh, okay. And then I beat the game and it was fine. But like, that was the part where like about a week I was stuck there.
Really?
Because I had no idea how to get past what I thought was a glitch. So that's fun.
Fair. I think when you bring up Arbiter's Grounds, I think of a Stalord.
Being the best boss in Zelda history.
I don't think it was the best boss.
Oh my god, you get to Beyblade him to death. Come on, man.
That was pretty cool.
Come on, man. And he has a sword in his head and you're going up the lift and you're going back and forth while he's up there. It's pretty good.
Yeah, maybe he is the best boss.
He's pretty dope.
Forest Temple boss wasn't that great. It's just a baboon.
No, it wasn't.
The Forest Temple boss. The mini boss.
Yeah, that's the mini boss. The Forest Temple boss is the giant Deku Baba that you have to shoot the bombs into its mouth.
Yeah, that's right. I'm thinking.
You use the baboon. He helps you. The baboon is your friend.
We already talked about Morpheal. The giant monster in the Goron mines.
Oh, the corrupted Goron chief.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
That's pretty good.
See, I saw him. I knew about him though way long ago because he was on the remember when we watched the Nintendo Power DVD with the old Twilight Princess trailer?
Oh, yeah.
He was in that one.
Yeah,
so
he was.
I watched that a lot as a kid, so I knew exactly what that was going into it. So,
what's the dragon in Temple of
Argarok?
Argarok. He was really cool.
Yeah, he's cool. And then came Hyrule Warriors, and he was a pain to fight in that. But
Is there? Oh yeah. Oh, yeah, we already talked about Blizzetta. She's all right. Scary, but
okay.
All right.
Can we talk about how Zant going crazy
oh my God.
is the best twist in history? This character
we
who
forgot
is
about Zant.
Is this
There's so many good things
he's
in
just
this game.
Zant?
Zant, sorry.
He's this foreboding, terrifying dude who just walks slowly and whispers in your ear. And then you meet him, and he's a freak. He just jumps around. He's like, it's like, I love that.
I like that boss fight, too.
That fight's awesome. Yeah. I love how Zant is crazy.
Yeah, he's just insane.
Yeah.
Like, before he, like, went crazy, did he take off his mask before he went crazy?
So, he didn't take off his mask, but he, at one point, his thing goes up, and then he whispers in Link's ear, and you just see, like, a mouth that doesn't look right, and you're like, oh, that's creepy.
Another part, we're just like all over the place, but there's just so many good things in this game. The interlopers.
That scene that didn't do anything for me as a kid.
It
no,
creeped me out.
No, it didn't.
Me, it did.
Not for me.
Fair enough. I want them to explore like.
It's creepy,
stuff.
But they
didn't really like explore. They haven't explored.
They haven't really. I don't know.
It's such a big part of like how the Triforce came to be too.
Yeah.
So it's weird how they...
Yeah. Maybe it'll be explored in another game. We'll have to see.
Please,
okay.
Please.
Let's get finishing thoughts on Twilight Princess.
Yeah, okay,
We've talked about it for a collective hour.
Final boss. I was like, this is hype.
Puppet Zelda's pretty cool.
Yes. This was before I played Ocarina, so I like didn't have that like history with like hitting the tennis battle.
Fair enough.
That was awesome.
You never read Nintendo Power as a kid, did you?
Oh, I did. Dude, I have so many magazines in Nintendo Power.
So then how come you didn't know about everything about these? Like, I knew about...
Again, I just have like a weird blind spot in my childhood.
I internalized every word I read in Nintendo Power. So
I used to read them at breakfast.
When I would get going, I would know everything already about the games. Yeah, I don't know. Go ahead.
I completely just forgot about them. Yeah, I thought the Puppet Zelda, I thought that's how you had to fight. Because, like, I didn't really have, like, previous experience with, like, these big, grand final boss fights. Since, again, I was, like, a Sony guy.
Yep.
And all that. And then, like, got Zelda back. Then Ganon's, like, force, like, started, like, growing, like, that pain groaning.
Yep.
That creeped me the hell out. I'm like, what's going on here? And then the drum started, and then he turned into Beast Ganon, and that was like, honest, like, I'm just like remembering like just like how I felt during that. It was like, it was scary.
Yep.
I think, yeah. And he's like running around and like, oh man, I can't even put my thoughts together.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I feel like we've covered Twilight Princess though. Unless get your final thoughts.
Okay, sorry.
It's been 2 hours.
Horseback Ganon, completely forgettable. Least favorite part of
what?
I did not like that.
What?
Part.
That's the best part.
But we can't go into it. Let's wrap it up.
That's the best part. You got you got all the warriors and all the horses, and you're like, oh, you gotta go around. You shoot them with the arrow. It was the best part. No, go ahead.
Final part. Ganondorf circles you. I'm like, the thunder cracks. The drum starts.
And you take out your fishing rod. And he loves fishing. He loves it. He stares right at the lure. And then you stab him. And then you take out the fishing rod. And then you stab him. And then you take out the fishing rod. And then you stab him. And then you kill him.
It was just... I had to, like, pause the game.
Wow.
I had to, like, go tell my dad like,
okay.
how, like, hype this was.
Okay, that's a little weird. I don't get my parents involved with my video games.
It was like I had such history with it. It's like I completely like stopped playing this game.
Okay.
And then like the legacy things.
Fair does, yeah.
It's my favorite final boss of all time, pretty much.
Yeah, you've told me.
Yeah,
multiple times. But again, for the podcast.
Yeah, favorite final boss of all time. The way he goes out is like badass.
It's good. Hey, it gives him the mark on the chest. That's
in Smash Bros.
In Smash now.
Hyrule Warriors.
Yep. Is it in Hyrule Warriors?
I'd assume so.
I don't think so, actually.
In that design.
Maybe. We'll see.
Okay, Done Twilight Princess. Love the game. Number 1. Love it.
Okay. My number 1 is Link Between Worlds, which we talked about a lot. Yeah. But just for me, it really represents what I want from Zelda with the top-down action. I love the designs being like kind of the old anime style, but not exactly, you know. I loved the rental item system where you kind of, hey, we'll give you everything from the get-go. But if you buy it, then you can upgrade it and make it better. And so then it's like you really want to, and you want to upgrade all these weapons because they have cool upgrades. And, oh man, it was just, I really enjoyed it. The weapons are cool. I loved the different rods. The sand rod was cool. The tornado rod is the best. I use that the whole game.
Oh, yeah.
Use it for everything. I just loved... It felt like the most explorative 2D Zelda. And there was a lot to explore and do.
It's really open-ended.
Really open-ended. It really sort of marked the way for
Breath of the Wild.
For Breath of the Wild, I feel, with how open-ended it was. And it... Some people say it felt safe, but I think it feels warm and comforting in its safeness.
That's what it feels
and that's what I really enjoyed. It was it did everything it had to, and like Yuga is awesome, and I love his theme. It's like Yuga. It's so good. It sings his own theme. Ravio was such a great twist in what he was in the end. I'm not going to say. Hilda, I thought was really interesting. I thought as a character, there was a lot that they did with her that was kind of surprising, honestly. I love the fact that they decided to just go all in with the Sabrina the Teenage Witch reference.
Oh, yeah.
Zelda and Hilda. That's the aunts in Sabrina the Teenage Witch. Zelda and Hilda, and Zelda and Aunt Hilda.
Really?
Yes.
I'm just realizing that now.
Yeah, it's a bit weird, but I really like the ending, and I really like it does go into a bit of the mythos of the Triforce and what it can do. I really feel like the Zelda games, they always hype up the Triforce as it can do anything, and nothing ever happens.
Especially in Breath of the Wild.
Like, nothing happens with it. Is it even in Breath of the Wild?
It's in it for like a second.
Where?
At the very end.
What?
It's spoilers, but...
Oh, right, yeah. But, like there was, things can happen with it, and it's like you never see anything happen.
No.
Like, you just see, they're holding it up, da-da-da-da, they get it, and it's like nothing happens. And you're like, well, this game you get to see what can the Triforce do.
Yeah.
And it's awesome. I feel like the way it treats Ganon is really interesting. And I
don't remember too much.
Really? Oh, man, I thought it was really cool.
I really need to replay this series.
I thought... The final boss, again, was awesome, and using the gimmick to an advantage in a cool way. I feel like it's safe, but it's like the formula purified, kind of. Like perfected,
that's what I think too.
And that's, and I love 2D Zeldas. I love how it looks and how they had everything at an angle to make it look like the SNES game, kind of,
Mm-hmm.
And the 3D effect on the 3DS. Oh. I don't use the 3D on the 3DS too much. That game played entirely in 3D because it just looked perfect.
It did.
Interestingly, when I played the game, I never actually got the Pegasus boots.
Really?
Yeah, and because I didn't know how, and then I learned how in the end, and I'm like, well, that's dumb. But it was like a simple puzzle that you could get from the very start, pretty much. But no, I don't have much to say other than it's just the perfect Zelda formula for me. It's what I want to see a lot more of from 2D games. I love the 2D games more. I just like how it opens up and you go and...
It's interesting that, like, my number 1 is, like, the pinnacle of 3D,
Zelda. And mine's the pinnacle of 2D. Yeah, kind of expected that, honestly.
Yeah.
But then it also ties with, like, the time when I played it was, like, the perfect time, and I don't know. It's a lot of... there's always external factors. And
yeah.
I don't have much to say other than it just is.
Yeah.
It just is my favorite.
All right.
So...
This has been going on for a
while. Well, I think we'll start wrapping her up.
Yeah.
So, the first things first, a reminder, we have a contest going on, a giveaway going on for our channel, so go look in the description for that. We'll just link that again.
Yep.
Feel free to... Have you been getting follows from that?
No.
That's embarrassing. But, yeah, so do that if you want to win some Xbox One games.
Yep.
And, Are we gonna do that thing for next episode? You think?
If nothing, I think if nothing
nothing else comes up, that would be a good idea. Okay.
Yeah.
So next episode we are doing a question, like mostly answering questions episode.
Yeah.
So feel free to leave comments here, Twitter. Please do it in the YouTube comments so that we have them all in one place. Actually.
Yeah.
Just try and localize them all. But yeah.
Discord, our Discord listeners just.
Thanks for people on our Discord listening. If you want into our Discord, you can ask them how to do it. I don't know how, but we have a Discord. If you're interested, maybe send a tweet or something to one of us, and we'll give you a link. So yeah.
So send out those questions and anything you want to know.
Yep, anything. Well,
not anything.
Within reason. Doesn't have to be gaming related. But please keep it PG. Yeah, I think that's about it.
Yeah, thanks for listening.
Thanks for listening to our
extended.
I love how the first episode we're like, someone was like, we should have it a bit shorter, and next one we had a shorter.
That's what I was thinking the whole time.
2.5 hours, baby. So
for dedicated listeners.
For dedicated
Nino
listeners.
And Beat.
Yes. Thank you guys.
Thank you.
We'll see you next week.
Yes, we will.
Ciao.
Bye.